Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? We are back again with another episode of The Boys in the Back, this time on a Tuesday. We're just checking off every day of the week here while Ariel is away at the Olympics. I am 1/3 of The Boys in the Back. Connor Burks joined alongside me, as always, Eric Jerkman. I thought we went over that before the show. I thought we were going to do the lower third. There it is, Eric Jerkman, everybody, also known as New York Ray.
Yes, yesterday I get introduced as King. Today I'm Jerkman. I mean, we
got to keep it fresh. We got to keep it fresh. More shows while Helwani's at the Olympics, so I'm going to have to think of more names. First time ever we're doing back-to-back shows?
Yeah, since this era, yeah, for sure.
At least since the last time Helwani was at the Olympics.
Exactly.
Frankie, how we doing back there, man?
Who's to check?
No, I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
You had that one ready to go, man. You hit that in rehearsals, too.
Did I really?
Yeah. You been watching the Olympics?
No.
United States curling right now? Doubles curling?
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the do we have a live score update here? They're down.
Fuck no, man. Fuck Connor.
They're down 3-2 to Sweden right now. Down 3-2 to Sweden.
That was an inspired drop. By the way, I mean, did you see that Jake Paul's fiance won a gold medal? Did you see that, Frank?
No, man. Been weathering the storms out here in New York.
It's always something with you, Frank. God,
no
dude.
wrong
with this
Brownouts, weathering the storms. It's always something. Yeah, Juta getting it done. Jake Paul emotional. I would have thought you would have been, since you're such a diehard Jake Paul fan, you would have been in on.
Yeah, that's what I was
Just
thinking.
for the record, I'm Puerto Rico first.
Oh, you switched sides.
Wow,
You switched allegiances.
Wow.
All right, you know what? That's fair. That's actually fair. Shout out Nikisa there as well. I will say, respectful to Jake Paul. Like, this is not a Jake Paul specific thing. Camera on people getting emotional always feels a little weird to me.
Yeah. I'll give him at least it wasn't a selfie video.
I know, but there's a guy with a camera pointing up at you. It always, it's always
fiance.
a little.
I'll give it to him. It's his fiance. Olympic
Gold medal,
for her.
world record.
Olympic record.
Olympic record.
Yeah. Still, I mean, an incredible performance. Olympics roll on. You can watch it on NBC here in the States. CBC if you're in Canada,
Shout
though.
out.
You can see our guy, AH, with all the coverage over there. We got a big show planned for you today. 3 guests for the boys in the back.
Loaded.
We got Xander Zayas at 3 o'clock. You might know him. I mean, WBA champ who just recently fought January 31st in his home country of Puerto Rico, but also he was in the most viewed halftime show in the history of Super Bowl halftime shows this past Sunday. Obviously, a close friend to Bad Bunny was in that one. We'll also have main event winner from UFC Apex 113, Mario Bautista, number 8th ranked bantamweight in the world, joining the program. And then we will kick it off with the Hanyak, Dustin Jacoby, now the 14th ranked light heavyweight in the world. Dare I say, for a boys in the back, it's a stacked program.
It's a stacked program.
Stacked show here today.
The boys didn't do too bad on this one.
We will also do our own version of On the Nose with the boys. But before we get to that, let's run through a couple news and notes. We saw on Instagram, Dana White firing back at menacemmahq.com on Instagram.
Everybody knows menacemmahq.com on Instagram.
Everybody knows them. They leaked McGregor versus Covington at the White House. Dana jumps in the comments. Total BS. White House matchmaking meeting is tomorrow. McMaynard flying in tomorrow for it. We will have the fights dialed in by this weekend. First thing, how did he find... The post is still up. How did he find this post? I don't know.
You don't follow Total Madness HQ, whatever you said it was?
HQ.com.
You don't follow that?
On Instagram. No, I don't follow them. But he's made it clear they're going to get in the war room this weekend. I feel like it was just a couple weekends ago. He was like, we're getting in the war room on Tuesday and we're going to hammer it out.
Oh, my mind actually went to a week ago when he said, I don't have shit to do at matchmaking. That's where my mind went. Publicly in court being like, I'm not involved in this. By the way, we're going to lock in that war room and get this shit done. It's a bit of an odd one.
I don't know why we're anticipating the White House announcements. I guess because of how huge of a card it'll be. But UFC 327 is taking place in 2 months and we have no idea who's fighting.
Great point.
Card. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that, man. Some other news we got from the promotion in regards to UFC 326. Part of the prelims, and part of the main card will be broadcast on CBS network television, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. You can see the schedule there. Feels like, CBS time slots are tough to get. They're getting 2 hours on a Saturday in prime time. Feels like a nice way to try to wrangle in some subscribers to tune in for the main card on Paramount Plus.
Okay, here's my question to you, though. Leave this up for a second, Jordan. They have their choice of the time slot, right? Like, to a certain degree.
Of course.
Because they do have to work around CBS's programming. They do have to, fit this into a schedule that's on CBS. But if you were to pick the most exciting part of a card, right? Now it's no longer on pay-per-view, so there's not an obligation to, show something for free that you might have charged for previously. Would you have picked the 8 to 10 p.m. slot?
Personally, no.
What's the 2-hour slice that you think would have been the most appealing?
I mean, obviously 10 to midnight, but I mean, I don't know if they have to.
Too late.
If they have to go Equalizer. Maybe you do the first 2 hours of the card, but then it feels like you're really blue balling the audience of all right, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira's about to kick off. I guess, go over to Paramount Plus.
To me, start with the main card. What's the point of starting with that? Unless, as I said, you have to work around the CBS schedule. Maybe there's something on from the 10 p.m. Maybe there's something on from the 10 p.m. period that precludes them from doing that. But it does I almost feel like after the prelims main event, I forget what they call it, the featured bout. After the featured bout,
featured prelim.
Featured
bout is third
the
down.
third one.
Yeah.
After the featured prelim, it kind of is that 15 minutes of dead period. Then you get into the 15 minutes before they start the main card. It feels like you're not giving them the maximum amount of what you'd actually want them to see.
Yeah, it feels like 30 minutes of that 2-hour window will be killed doing.
And if one of them's an early finish, then you're dealing with even more of a win. It just feels like probably not the optimal slot.
Maybe they figured that out on later cards. I will say, to just be the third numbered event and we're already getting some time on CBS,
yeah,
I think that's pretty big. I think that's pretty big. A lot of people will be watching. And obviously, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira is an incredibly fan-friendly fight. So maybe it'll get additional people to tune in. Joaquin Buckley took to social media and put the entire welterweight division on blast. Take a listen.
Obviously, we got to be patient. But right now, the division on standstill. It's crazy. Look. The matchmakers know their job. They know better than me what they doing. But right now, they got the hottest division, and ain't nobody fighting. You got Islam out there playing wrestle ball, You got Pratez out there partying and clubbing. You got Morales out there twerking and twirling. You got JDM still at the house crying. You got Leon missing again. You got Bilal trying to sell war meals. You got Ian Gary watching in the corner. Boy, I don't know what's going on. What's going on with the welterweight division? We got to get things active. Come on now. It's the truth. But yeah, y'all laughing. These ain't jokes. These ain't jokes, man. This shit real. I'm ready to see, what we capable of doing, man, 2026. Because right now, we all wasting time. Every single person that's at the welterweight division wasting. And then, and Shavkat gone. And Shavkat knocked out the rankings.
All right, I mean, I love a fighter advocating for more action, more, fights from his division. The only thing I will say, he mentioned Islam, Pratez, Morales, JDM, Leon, Bilal, and Ian Gary, right? Last time Joaquin Buckley fought, June in Atlanta against Kamaru Usman. I was in attendance. Shout out. Last time Islam fought, November. Pratez, November. Morales, November. JDM, he also fought in November. Leon, he fought in November too.
What about Ian?
Ian Gary also fought in November. And then Bilal, he also fought in November. So I love it. Call for activity, but also all of these guys fought within the last 3 months, and you've been on ice for 8 months.
I didn't do the calculus on this before.
Every single fighter he mentioned has fought in the last 3 months.
Boy, that does make the impact of it a little bit less, right? Great message, maybe not the right messenger.
The message is inactivity. They've all fought 5 months more actively. Pratez has fought twice since the last time.
Boy,
Joaquin fought.
That does cut the legs out from it, but I will say I respect and agree with the message, which is We just have to have people fighting at this point.
1,000%. Same thing with flyweight. You just got to start booking fights.
Book 'em.
Like you just book them and keep it moving. Decide who you want to fight for the title, and let's keep it rolling.
And we saw Ian Gary make a video as well, like just the other day, where he kind of matched them all up.
Yeah, he laid it out. I think he did like Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, JDM versus maybe Shavkat or someone. I can't remember who all I did, but
Him versus Islam, obviously.
Yeah, him versus Islam, him getting the title shot. He did lay out the entire scene for the welterweight division. Michael Morales was mentioned in that video.
Mm-hmm.
He said he should fight Carlos Prates. Michael Morales responded in an Instagram story saying, "Díganle chupalo y que el cinturón es mío,"
What does it mean?
which is translated to essentially tell him to suck it and that the belt is mine.
That's pretty strong there by
Look, I've
Michael
been
Morales.
practicing my Spanish.
Not bad.
The y que el cinturón es mío, I knew was, and that the belt is mine.
Andy, how do we do on the accent? How do we do on the pronunciation?
Almost there, GC.
We're working.
Love it.
We're working, but I
working.
can tell we're working.
No, we're
We've
working.
come a long way.
I'm studying. So far in 2026, I'm studying every day. Soon enough. Andy's
Fluent.
out. I'm
You're
translating.
the translator. We got Yoel Romero on and GC stepping in.
Michael Morales, dude. No
He's-
respect. No respect for Islam. Suck it, Ian Gary.
Let the record show. This guy, Michael Morales versus Islam Makhachev, is the fight to make. I'm the
Knocking
guy.
people out. You want me
Knocking
to be
people
totally
out,
honest?
talking the best shit.
Whoever. Just book the
somebody.
title
Yeah,
shot.
that's fair enough. That's a good point.
Except for Usman. We can.
Except for Kamaru Usman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't need the Usman
Yep.
fight. But Usman could have a really good fight at the top end of the division. I'm super down for that.
I'm totally into the idea of Usman. If he wants to really get a title shot, fighting
more
one
at the
of
top of
these
the-
guys, and then I'm totally okay with it.
1,000%. I'm totally with you. Muhammad Makhachev took to Twitter and talked about being offered a title shot from the UFC. UFC BJJ against
That's
Mikey
important.
Musumeci.
Our audio listeners out there were just hanging, waiting for that. that
He
little
tweeted,
bit.
"I've been offered to compete against Mikey Musumeci for the UFC BJJ belt. What do you guys think?"
Okay, so I think that'd be actually like awesome.
I'm down.
But to me, this is more of an indicator of like if he is offered this opportunity, maybe things are cooling with the UFC, right? Maybe tempers have subsided, and the idea of like a Makhachev return to the UFC is more palatable. Maybe this is like a trial run. Hey, come in, help us out with this BJJ event. We've got a big fight for you, Mikey Musumeci. If you're able to get it done, then we can start talking. Flyweight's as hot as it's ever been. It could really use a guy like him to also enter the mix. There's so many guys that are really good right now that could use a credible opponent. He left at a time when it seemed like he was on the cusp of fighting for the title. I think he could jump right back in there. So a promising sign to me. If TKO is calling his phone to offer him an opportunity to compete, I love that idea, and I hope it's a sign of things to come for him and his resuming his UFC career.
Yeah, honestly, flyweight feels kind of hot right now with Van having the belt. Pantoja's going to get an opportunity at some point. You got Kyoji Horiguchi kind of bringing some life back. Tatsuro Taira.
Yep.
Throw Muhammad Makhachev in the mix.
Throw him in the mix. Manel Kopp.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
Manel Kopp, of course.
Maybe don't pair those two up right away after the last one, but Kopp and Makhachev are fantastic.
Can we talk about the change of face of Manel Kopp from that fight to his most recent win?
Yeah.
It's just like, man, you can flip the script quickly. Let's head over to the world of boxing. Some breaking news there. Our very own Ariel Helwani tweeting earlier, Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois for the WBO World Heavyweight title is a done deal. May 9th in the UK. Venue is still TBC. I like how he put the TBC for the UK themed fight.
Well, they're to be confirmed versus to be determined. Maybe they have a semblance of a plan. Either way,
I'm saying TBC feels very UK.
it feels UK based, UK coded. Fantastic fight. Interesting to see if Daniel Dubois can get back on track. Interesting to see if Fabio Wardley can kind of continue the momentum.
Yeah, continue this momentum of just like shocking everybody. Just like
shocking everybody.
keep winning.
Definitely in the last one against Joseph Parker, like a huge upset. In the one before that, felt like on the ropes, and then kind of pulls it from the dirt. He's an interesting character. I think it'll be a fantastic fight. And then maybe you're talking about Usyk. The thing with Usyk is just bizarre to me because it's like you hear him linked to Deontay Wilder, you hear him linked to this person, you hear him linked to that person, and he's kind of just out
Alex
there.
Pereira, to Jake Paul and MMA.
Everybody.
Like everybody. It's just when are we going to see him again?
When are we going to see him, and what finally gets him to like do one more? And is that the last one, or has he got two more? Or is he like? It's very interesting to think about that. But in the meantime, I like this as a fight to kind of keep the heavyweight belt moving.
Yeah, I'm with you. Some other news we got, Jaron. Boots Ennis is back, or at least in a targeted matchup for April against Virgil Ortiz, our very own Darshan Desai, tweeting that out. Everything Boxing, shout out to him, does fantastic work. Could be finalized this week for April in Las Vegas. That, according to Ring Magazine. Boots is fireworks anytime we see him in there, so it would be great to see him back.
Yeah, now this is one that people have been dying to see, and it seems like it's finally like moving toward being finalized and announced. Very exciting fight and very exciting time for boxing if it happens.
Man, you talk about exciting. Finally seeing the return of Errol Spence Jr. We haven't seen him since that Terrence Crawford fight back in 2023,
Crazy.
But it looks like he's coming back, and he's going to be fighting Tim Tszyu. Massive announcement. I mean, there were rumors that he could have potentially just been done with his career, but to see him back fighting is massive news for the sport.
Yeah, one of the most promising boxers we've had. Like Crawford versus Spence was like, who is the guy?
That was a minus 110 fight of just like, who is better, who is going to get it done here. I bet on Errol Spence that fight. Like, there was true belief in him, and like,
I wish we knew each other. I would have.
It was just
talked to you.
We did know each other. It was 2023.
Did I not tell you Terrence is going to beat his ass?
You probably did, and I was like, no, Errol Spence.
As you said, that was a even line fight. That was supposed to be like, who's the future face of boxing? Who's the guy? Who's the man that's the number one pound for pound? It turned out to be Terrence, but Errol Spence is an incredible fighter and somebody I'm very excited that we're getting back. I just hope, like, there are people who would say that when he returned to fight Terrence Crawford, he was not 100%. He was not himself because he had been in a horrible accident. And so I hope if he returns that we see the best version of Errol Spence, because the best version of Errol Spence is a top pound for pound guy.
He'll be at 154 pounds. The date and the location to be determined, but right now it's looking like that one will happen in the summer. All right, those are the news and notes. Let's go to our version of On the Nose.
On the Nose with the boys.
You like that? You like that addition? You like that wrinkle?
With the boys.
On the nose with the boys. All right, so the way we're going to do this is me, Frankie, Rick, the boys in the back, will rotate reading questions. It won't just be one person reading them. Rotate the reading of the questions. Frankie, you start. Rick goes second, I'll go third.
All right.
What's up, boys in the back? I hope Pizzi can find a way back into Rick's good grace soon. Thank you
got
all.
banned from the show.
Oh, we're just going to interrupt each other while we're reading.
Just gotta,
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for the good vibes and the entertainment, and for Connor always interrupting. Special shout out to Rick for getting back to me on my email the other day. I offered my services to share some storylines about the upcoming RAF event, and I genuinely appreciated the response. Shifting gears now, knowing almost all of you lads are avid sports fans, what other sports would you like to work in or cover? Do you see yourself in the combat sports space for the foreseeable future? Have a good show, lads, and shout out to Franklin Mysterio.
Shout out to
it.
Franklin Mysterio, bro.
What other sports?
I don't know if I'll ever work in it, but like ones that I'm like really big fans of. Love college football. Love just like football in general. Sneaky big tennis fan. Tennis fan, always paying attention to the Grand Slams. I don't think I'd ever want to work in like hoops or hockey. I think the only other two would be like college football or tennis. But the last part of his question, I see myself in combat sports for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I'm definitely deep enough in this game that I'm a combat sports lifer. I don't know if I'd even want to work in other sports. I think the lesson I've taken away from this career, this profession, is like being closer to it is not always as good for the entertainment and enjoyment factor, right? Like when you're removed from it, to be able to just flip on the TV and be like, I'm going to enjoy these fights and then check out and do nothing about it else is actually like a benefit, is a blessing, to a certain degree. Don't get me wrong. I love what we do. As I just said, I'm a combat sports lifer. I would rather be doing nothing else for my profession, but there is an element of like having to lock in and be tuned into every single little detail in a way that is that is opposite how my enjoyment of like the NBA or the NFL is. I flip it on and I flip it off.
1,000%. It becomes less of a hobby
Job,
once it becomes your job, and you're sort of forced to do things when you don't want to do them. That's kind of why I don't want to work in any other sport. I like how like this niche is the one I work in. Like when we worked at ESPN, I was like always having to cover the NBA. I used to love the NBA. It was my number one sport by far. Now I don't even watch it because I was just kind of beaten out of it about work and just like other things focused. So like, I don't know if I'd want to work in college football and tennis. The only argument I could make for football is that the season is so finite. So it's like you're working when you're working, you're working really hard, and then like there's an end goal.
That's
whereas
a good point.
UFC is year round. Combat sports are year round.
Frank?
You know, I like hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to go to a hockey game, man, you know?
We did, and then you proceeded to not be there.
Yes. Devils game 2023. Shout out.
Never forget.
If I was to pick, I would probably pick like a super niche sport.
I like the niche.
I would go like
So
F1 or something.
Oh, that would be cool. So like A, I don't know that much about it, and B, like not everybody talks to you about it.
Yeah, like I'd want to just be in something that's like fascinating to me, right? I love the NBA. It's probably my favorite of the sports, but I don't know if I'd want to work in it.
There's also saturation of the amount of coverage.
100%. There's so much of it. All right, I'm up, right?
Yep.
Left leg cemetery asks, Goat Connor,
Okay.
let me
Shout
get a blind ranking of these 5 John Anik calls.
Oh, love this. Goat.
Wait a minute. I just want to confirm something.
Are you reading through these?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Okay.
Confirmation. Are you warning that they're not actually John Anik calls?
No, yeah, there was one that I was like dicey about, but it
confirmed?
turns out it's legit.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm excited for this.
I had to double check this one.
All right, amazing.
There's one on there.
Shout out to John Anik.
No, there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
First one. This fight clock brought to you by Modelo. the game.
Yeah. The game bred knee. Let's go 3. That's a nice middle ground.
Okay.
I thought you were just going to say this fight clock brought to you by Modelo because that's an all-timer as well.
No, wait, what is that one?
He just says it at the beginning
just that
of
he
every round.
repeats that?
Yeah, the beginning of every fight.
It's the game bred specific.
That's one that like me and my friends would say to each other.
Both of these fighters have dealt with custody battles.
1.
Number 3, but they own a bakery, and then into the head kick by Quillen.
These are all great. I'd go 2.
Okay, here's a more generic one. I have no idea what this fight is from. What fight this is from? These guys are so long in their lower halves.
Oh, that's Sean O'Malley, Cheeto Vera. That one's great. And like people are like, pause. 4.
Okay, and number 5. This was the one I was dicey on. Amanda's eggs are now inside Nina.
Yes, this is in post-fight, and they're talking about Nina Nunez being pregnant. Yeah, that one was crazy. He's actually talked about like afterwards. He was like, I don't know why the fuck. Like, I thought that would be a normal thing to say.
I didn't know either, so I had to double check.
I'll
that
put
he
that
actually
5.
said this.
Yeah, custody battle 1 for sure. They're all great.
Left leg cemetery adds without the the sex.
Without the sex, of course. Yeah, that's a good point.
Without the sex.
I will always defend the broadcasters on UFC things when people say they say dumb shit. We sit here for like 2.5 hours and like we say some dumb shit. They're literally sitting there for like 8 hours talking. You are bound to say some dumb shit at some point.
John Anik does a very, very good job for how long those guys are on air. And kudos to him for saying like, hey, maybe I didn't get that one right. Maybe I did. But yes, you're right. Like being on air that long, you're gonna get into some dicey territory.
Absolutely. I don't know if we should do this, but we're just gonna do this. Whoever is reading this, the other person blind rank these 5. We'll go with.
So are me and Frank doing it, or who's doing it?
I think you'll take the lead.
No, he asked for Pizzi. We're gonna go Frankie.
Okay, go for Frank.
Okay, here we go, Frank. Blind rank these 5. Mia Malkova.
I don't know who that is.
Blind rank, bro.
We'll see.
Oh no, you're doing this one?
Alexis, Texas.
I tuned out for a second.
Mia Khalifa.
That sounds familiar. 3.
I'm sure it does sound familiar, Frankie. Bonnie Blue.
Oh. 4.
Bella Danger.
Oh. Ariel's favorite. Can I move that? No, that's 5 then.
That was from Well Okay.
Thank you, Will. Okay.
All right, you're up, man.
All right.
Keep this rotation going, bro.
Are you sure? Boys in the back. Who
Yes.
are some of your favorite non-uncrowned affiliated MMA analysts and content creators? I feel like GC would love Napoleon Bonaparte on YouTube.
Napoleon blown apart?
Bonaparte, if he hasn't already watched his stuff. Follow-up, do you guys ever feel imposter syndrome trying to predict or break down fights without training? That's a great question. Thank you, Colin Avery.
That is a great question. Do I ever feel imposter syndrome? No, just because I do try to, on the front end, be like, bro, I don't fight. I don't know shit. I get fight predictions wrong all the time. So, no, I don't feel imposter syndrome just because I know I'm going to be wrong. And, like, the trusted experts should be the one that we go to. I really enjoy, obviously, DJ is great. I really like Dominic Cruz getting into the space as well. For betting, I like Lucrative MMA is good. There's this dude, Kunith MMA out there, Kunath, just straight to the point guy. Real calm as he talks about it, but great breakdowns as well, especially from the betting standpoint. Again, like what Rick was just saying about us working in it, because we work in the space, we don't seek out as much on the back end when we're not working.
Well, at least for entertainment purposes, right?
Yeah.
That's more like fact finding. That's like,
For sure.
hey, I want to do this because it'll help the betting that I'm doing the picks for. Or I was going to say the content I consume is interviews. Like,
Yeah.
I love Submission Radio. Shout out to Dennis.
Oh, shout out to Submission
and
Radio.
Casper as well. I just think they do great interviews. They get a lot of relevant guests, so I'm always checking out their stuff. MMA Fighting has so many people who do great interviews, our former colleagues. And so those tend to be the channels I gravitate toward more than like the lifestyle or like the predictions and then this and that, because we do so much of this. As far as the like imposter syndrome, not really. Like I feel like I've been immersed in this for so long that like I feel like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. And so no.
Some other ones that I enjoy are obviously like the fighters' own channels are really good.
Oh, for sure.
Like Alex Pereira's channel is fantastic. Tom Aspinall's channel is fantastic. Cooking with Volk is incredible. I think I've watched every single one of those. And like Izzy's channel is great. Sean O'Malley's channel is great. Anyone that like gives you that look in, I love. UFC Countdown, I love. I think I'm still the only one on the team that watches that every single pay-per-view. It's must viewing for me, and then I'll watch embedded throughout the week. What else is there? That might be it in terms of like MMA, like from like an entertainment throw it on.
And we've talked about this behind the scenes before. I'm also not as big a YouTube specific consumer. Like when it comes to anything, not just MMA. I'm not as big on like what some people just throw on YouTube as like background noise or content that they have in the background, things like that. I'm purely like a podcast guy. I don't turn on the TV. I don't turn on the YouTube. And so YouTube consumption is not like a huge part of my, entertainment diet.
Yeah. Some people in the chat saying main card minute. Shout out. Long Island Luke is fantastic.
Shout out to Long Island Luke, legend.
Stat Diggers with Wheezy and DFS. Brady. Yes. Shout out to them as well. They give great information. Who else? JBR. Shout out to JBR.
There's
JBR
so
in
many.
your area? I don't know who that is.
I don't, but
JBR?
you'd know better than me. There's so many different content creators out there. There's so many different lanes. There's so many different like types of content that are out there now. I think the space you can find exactly what you're looking for. And so like support all these people that are creating content for this industry.
Someone says they binge watched all of Justin Gaethje YouTube over the weekend. Yeah, it's the fighters having their own YouTube channels is fantastic. I love it.
All right. Cosmo Kramer asks, in honor of Valentine's Day, what fighter on the UFC roster do you think would plan the best date night?
Interesting question.
See, this could go different ways because, like, are you going with the most, like, strategic, the one who comes up with the best game plan? Are you going with the most emotional, who might be, like, romantic and put more heart into it? There's different ways it could go.
I think you have to address someone that's going to be, like, thoughtful and go above and beyond. So, like, who, like,
But what if they overthink it?
Who goes like above and beyond, like a who's gonna dress up for the press conference? Who's gonna do like sort of like dancing type things for their walkout? Like who's really gonna go above and beyond?
Okay, but importantly, planning the date's one thing. You have to have somebody who's gonna be fun on the date.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because if you plan a great date, but you're kind of just in the suit and you're not giving off the right vibes, then it doesn't really matter.
Sean O'Malley playing a good date?
I bet it'd be fun.
This is a tough question. I'm figuring, I'm thinking because they have to plan the date that it's going to be mostly the male fighters.
Right. Because the female would be the one being asked onto the date.
Yeah.
Who would it be? I mean,
Kyoji Horiguchi?
shout out to the Gooch.
Just a nice, wholesome guy. Take you out to dinner.
I just feel
Ilya.
why does
Ilya Taporia because he's going to show up with a rose?
He's got the rose. He's got the Riz.
my
fucking
mind
good.
naturally go to Alex Pereira? I'm just like, I feel like it would be fun to be on a date with Alex Pereira.
I was actually thinking Alex Pereira is like the one that would just be like kind of like
Nonchalant about
we're
it.
going to grab burgers and then we're going home.
Isn't that a great date though? Where you don't put too much
depends.
pressure on it and you're just like, let's go have burgers and you're gonna have fun.
It's a tough question. Did he give an answer?
No.
Oh.
All right, so Ilya Taporia, Alex Pereira, Sean O'Malley.
Yep.
All right.
I like that. Here we go. Hi, Ariel and the crew. This is from Macam Otaku. Talk a little bit about the resurgence of Kyoji Horiguchi and the potential of him becoming the champ in the UFC and possibly holding belts in 3 separate promotions, Bellator and Rizin previously. Much love. Great question. I'm happy to talk about it all day. I love Kyoji Horiguchi. I mean, the fact that at 35 years old at a lower weight class, which is known for Father Time defeating its opponents earlier in, there was the curse for a while until Volk broke it, 35 and up, and whatever in title fights. It really is incredible. And the wherewithal to cut these great promos, to be pushing his fights on Twitter. He has his own YouTube channel as well. Like he's got like 350K subscribers there. UFC Japan is promoting his fight against Tagir Ulanbekov on Fight Week. He's getting in there, winning the fights, immediately calling for the title, doesn't care who he has to fight to get there. Like he wants the title shot. That's why he's in the organization. It feels like he's having this renaissance of fans being like, oh yeah, Kyoji Horiguchi is great. And he's staying active. Fought in November, I guess what? Just like 2.5 months later now. This past weekend, he was willing to go down to Mexico to fight Brandon Moreno. I think we're going to see activity from him because he knows he's only got that finite amount of time. But he's looked incredible in both performances. Put on a striking masterclass this past weekend. And then what he did to Tagir Ulanbekov was just pillar to post beatdown. Yeah,
He's as good as he was. Like he's just timeless to a certain degree. Like he's exactly the guy that I remember, if not better. He's also mixing in a little bit of the English, cutting the promos in the post-fight interviews. What's not to like about Horiguchi? Like he's such an obvious like title contender and likable guy. There's really no downside because he comes into most fans who are watching now probably don't even remember his first run in the UFC. They started tuning in during the pandemic or sometime after he left. And their first exposure to him is him getting against top competition, demolishing them, and then just laughing on the mic and calling out the champion. Like, there's really only upside here with Horiguchi. He's 35, so capitalize on it now. But it's been great to see his resurgence. For the longtime fans who do remember Horiguchi and his run in the UFC and then his travels to Rise in Bellator and elsewhere, like, he's awesome. He's just awesome. And I think he's one of the best flyweights on the planet, if not the best.
Frankie, you're up, brother.
Whose turn is it? Frankie?
Hola, boys. I've been fully inceptioned by the drops. Caught myself muttering, who's to check, to the wife and kids several times this week.
Who's to check?
Anyways, wanted to check
Wow,
in on what
mid-question, he drops it.
GC is,
Mid-question drop. Very impressive. Frank.
Anyways, wanted to check in on what GC is reading these days. Sorry, man, this is actually a question for you. Have you started a new book club yet? Have been working through Blake Crouch's sci-fi books. Highly recommend.
Shout out to Blake Crouch. If I'm not mistaken, I read one of his books last year. I have not started. Yes, I read Dark Matter last year for the book club. Have not started a new book club. Tried one down here and didn't love it. Right now, I'm reading The Power of Positive Thinking. That's pretty good. That's not bad. I think I'm gonna do Kitchen Confidentials by Anthony Bourdain after that. And then I'm jumping back into The Hobbit. I started The Hobbit and then I got distracted. I stopped it. I need to jump back in because like once I'm in a fantasy world, I'm deeply ingrained in it until I'm done with it. So
I hear that.
yeah, shout out to Blake Crouch, Dark Matter. Next month, Project Hail Mary coming out in IMAX. Ryan Gosling. That was my favorite book of 2025 that I read. Highly recommend that one.
See him throw the football through the Randy's Donuts.
I did see that. Bro cannot throw for shit. We got to get him out on the field. Horrible form. You can just tell immediately on someone's athletic ability by them being able to throw a football. It was a piss poor effort by Ryan Gosling there. But I've avoided any trailers. I don't want to see anything. Don't want to know. I know how the book ends, so I'm just going to go watch it, and it's going to be great.
Do they revise the ending to not match the book?
I'm going to be pissed if they do, because the book was great, man. The book was
so
great.
You want it to end the way you know?
Yeah. You
wouldn't be up for like a switcheroo?
No. I want to see them execute it. There's an alien character in the book that he partners with. Nah, Frank, you got to fuck off here, man. I've been trying to get you to read the book for 18 months. 18 months.
But now you're spoiling the movie for Frank.
No. There's an alien character in the book that I only have a vision of him in my head, and I really want to see how they bring him to life in the movie. So I don't want to see any of the trailers. Tell him that.
Fair enough. Warship asks, the boys in the back holding down the fort, love to see it. Since Ariel is gone, can you be honest with us about a couple of things? Number one, just tell us that's not a window behind you.
Why
sure,
would we
man.
lie to you?
Yeah, that's a window.
It's not a window behind us, dude.
Very obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
Number two,
Seen a window before?
do you have any favorite in-studio guests? If so, any memorable interactions?
I always say this when people ask. We have like a 99% hit rate with in-studio guests being really, really pleasant people. MMA fighters, boxers, they're almost always really
Wrestlers.
really nice people. Wrestlers are always very nice. Same with the MMA fighters. And the MMA fighters are always, they're so down to earth and chill. One of my favorite ones to tell is Max Holloway coming in studio and actually is so chill. Showed up early by himself, fell asleep on a couch, and I had to go wake him up. And I was like, all right, let me just go wake up Max Holloway real quick. I was like, yeah, hey, Max, it's time to go, man. He's just like, oh, shit, all right. That was always fun. And then the interview got pushed 15 minutes, so he was just chilling in the control room with us, telling about his trip to Japan. And you get in those moments where you're kind of just like, oh, this is just fucking Max Holloway telling us about his trip to Japan. Izzy, every time he comes in studio, is amazing. He's always super super nice and super excited to be on air, and he's one of those guys that just has an aura about him when they walk in. Pereira too, Plinio and them. The McGregor in studio is an all-time one because we were so. Is he going to come? Is he not going to come? We went off the air and it was he might come, and then we're eating dinner waiting to see. I had slated we'll be here till midnight. I'll wait all night to see if this dude comes. And we're sitting there eating dinner. I got my feet up, and then Ariel gets his phone and he's like, "Oh my God, he's 10 minutes away!" And it was it's the Steve Carell it's happening meme. I was
getting in my car to come to the studio.
Yes, you're getting in your car, coming to the studio. We're fucking panicking, and Ariel's we gotta get a graphic. I'm oh fuck. I'm photoshopping, and then he's just you gotta go get him. You gotta go get him. And we had to run down and convince security to not do the normal thing of checking the badges, and he had security clearance come in before the president. They walked in and they looked around in sunglasses. I was hey, what's up, guys? I'm with MMA Hour. Are you guys with Connor? And they're just yeah. Didn't even look at me. They're he'll be here in 5 minutes. I was just all right. And the doors swing open and he walks through behind security, and then it parts the Red Sea, and there he is in a suit, and he's just how you doing, mate, Connor? I was just I'm also Connor. And he's yeah. And then that was a whirlwind of chaos for 30 minutes, and then before you knew it, he was gone off to the next thing.
That's when he started saying you know yourself.
Yeah.
After he met you.
There it is. Yeah, that's what he said. You know yourself.
That's when he figured it out.
He was I know myself.
I know myself.
Yeah, there's been some great ones. The Kayla Harrison 2022 PFL World Championships, when she was on the weight cut, and I had that shoe that wouldn't stop squeaking, and so I was hey Kayla, how's it going? She was yeah, pretty good. Just I'm just real tired. I was oh, okay. And we had to walk down that long ass hallway to get to the studio, and my shoe, it's just dead silent, and my shoe's just squeak, squeak. Squeak, squeak. And I was Jesus Christ, this is so awkward.
Did she say anything?
No. She was pretty locked.
What's up with your squeaky shoe, bro?
Yeah. Yo, what is that noise? Can we fucking stop that shit? I'm trying to cut weight here. Yeah, there's been some great ones, man.
I mean,
The Aspinall's coming.
Vegas hanging with Tom and Andy
legendary.
and Charlie in the room.
That was another moment where, like, as we're sitting there, I was like, to myself, I'm like sitting there thinking, I'm like, wow, this is fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just chilling here with Team Aspinall.
Everybody who comes through is so great, and we're so appreciative of the idea that, like, this is a destination, right? Like, that's what's so special about it, is people feeling like this is the premiere show, and they come to it, and Ariel gets to talk to these people, and there's something about a face-to-face that can't be replicated. Like, the Zoom is great, but the face-to-face is what it's all about, and it's so great that, like, people come to this. Like, it'll, like, every time it happens, I'm excited about it again. Like, it really, like, reinvigorates you.
Yeah.
Like, some of the ones that I remember from recent memory is, like, Paul Hughes was here. That was, like, absolutely amazing. And the one that stuck in my mind the most from this era is Keyshawn Davis, who flew in to talk about what had happened in Virginia and take accountability for it. From the interview to how he handled himself to what he was like to meet in person, his interview and that studio appearance really stuck with me for a long time. I was blown away. I was so impressed by Keyshawn Davis, and then obviously we've seen him come back and get his career back on track. Super happy for him. But yeah, man, like, the in-studio guests are the lifeblood of this. Like, it's Ariel gets invigorated for it. You can feel it. You can see it. Armin Sarukian's sitting here eating the pizzas, and
Armin
we bring
was
it
great.
in. Volk cooking for us back at the other studio.
That was a fucking all-timer.
Yeah.
Quickly, like, Volk is coming in studio. I think he had just defended the belt against Korean Zombie at 273, and, like, he was coming in studio, and he, like, kind of just started this Cooking with Volk channel. Like, it was still just in, like, its infancy phases, and he had an air fryer sponsorship at the time, and his team was getting an air fryer sent to us, and it hadn't arrived yet, like, hours before the interview was supposed to happen. It was this crazy whirlwind of everything happening. We end up getting the air fryer just in time. We get it out there for Ariel and him to cook. It was a whole thing, but it ended up...
And made some magic.
It ended up working out. But you are right. The energy on a big in-studio guest day is always top notch. It's fantastic. We can't tell you how much we appreciate the athletes when they come in studio.
Paulo Costa gave me haircuts in both studios.
Paulo Costa with the haircuts. Arnold Allen just showing up by himself and just, like, chilling. Just,
of course,
like,
he
what's
would,
up,
right?
Arnold? Yeah. Sean O'Malley doing the same thing. Like, after winning the belt, too. And he's just like, hey, like, you guys want to get some coffee? And he's like, one sec, I got to sign some autographs real quick. I was like, all right. Sean O'Malley, yeah, for sure, man. Do your thing.
Al Iaquinta, the only in-studio guest in BITB history.
Don't forget about Ben Davis,
Oh, yeah, you're right. Wow, that was disrespectful to Ben Davis. Damn, my bad, Ben.
Yeah, over the years, man, there's been so many good ones. So many good ones. It's always magic when someone comes in studio.
Yeah. Oh, wait, there's a third part.
Oh, okay.
Lastly, what's with that Ariel guy who's there three days a week? I feel like he can be overly aggressive towards Frank. You guys are the best.
Frank, you got to speak on that one, man.
Yeah, he's not overly aggressive.
Good boy. All right.
Just keep signing those checks.
Steve Buscemi asks, Rick, did you get a chance to see No Other Choice? Wondering what you thought about it.
I have not seen it.
You have no choice.
I'm waiting for it to come VOD. I'm dying to see it. It is the movie I'm most excited about and most anticipating right now. Really, really looking forward to seeing it when I do get to see it. I have unfortunately not seen it. I've heard amazing things. I don't want to hear too much. I know roughly what the premise is about. I'm very excited to see it. You guys know about it, right?
Nope.
Korean cinema, it's going to be a banger.
Shout out.
Captain Ngannou shows no mercy. Yo, do you guys ever listen back to your episodes? Yes. GC, I hate to break it to you.
Oh, no.
But you are the king of cutting people off or talking over them. Drives me crazy. Sorry. Let me just hit like real quick. Right, your response.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. I'll try better in the future.
I, for one, like your loud voice. It's great, and you just want to learn to work around it. A little fucked up to do it while someone's reading, though. Especially when I struggle with the art.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say to that. I mean, we're in person, like on Zoom calls. Like, you really have to sit and lay out for people to finish. In person, though, it's just going to flow like a conversation will.
Are you done talking?
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Also, I feel like I'm the number one interrupter. Like, objectively,
You
I'm
always have to put
definitely the number
yourself
one
in
interrupter.
as number one. I get it.
Yeah.
You're so competitive. I'm the worst piece of shit ever.
I didn't say quite
Yeah,
that.
that's what you meant. Connor, I think you're up.
No,
isn't it
Rick
you?
is.
Oh.
Me?
Yeah,
Wait,
Rick
he just
is-
read that one?
Yeah, you just read that one.
Okay.
Do you need some more time?
I'm choosing between a few. I didn't see some, and then I bloomed it, and now I see more.
Bloomed it. I like that. You hit the load more button.
Yeah.
Bloom?
Bloomed like a flower.
Wow.
Rick is the best.
All right. GC's Lonely Doorman. GC, I visited New York for the first time last year and fell in love with the city. I'm coming back again this summer from Dublin and want to try some weird food we can't get here. What 3 restaurants from Fight Feast would you recommend first? So, like, we need the top 3 Fight Feast restaurants. Any other hidden gem activities? I know you guys did a rundown on previous On the Nose, but I can't find it.
Top 3 restaurants to go from Fight Feast. I loved the Czech Republic restaurant. I think it was called Koliba out in Queens. It was fantastic. Go there on an afternoon and then go to the beer garden that's a few blocks away from it. That's a fantastic New York day, well spent. It's not going to be crowded. You're not going to have to fight for a reservation. The food is top notch. Absolutely loved it. I'm trying to think of other ones. Oh, Emmett's. It's Chicago, but the deep dish pizza at Emmett's was so good. I think about it often. You could go to Emmett's on Grove and get the non-deep dish. I've heard it's just as good. But Emmett's is also fantastic. And then go rip Santo Taco, where we went with Action Bronson. Or, you know what? Go to Brooklyn and go to Los Burritos Juarez. Absolutely fantastic. Freshly made tortillas. Burritos made right in front of your face. You're going to have to wait in a line. It's one of the hottest restaurants in the city right now, but it is unbelievable. So shout out to them. Hidden gems?
Yeah. What's a New York hidden gem?
I don't know. With social media and the internet today, it feels like nothing.
Hard, yeah.
Nothing is hidden or stays hidden.
K-Town. Go to Koreatown. It's quite good. 32nd Street. You can go to any of those places. There's a little place called Food Gallery that has like different shops inside of it. It's like almost like a mall of sorts. You'll have fun in K-Town. So go to K-Town. That's my hidden gem.
New York Rick. This is from James Portland.
Hit me.
Even though he lost, is Jordan throwing himself into elimination against Bananas during Free Agents an all-time challenge moment?
Yeah, I mean, even having to ask that question is almost blasphemous. For the context for you guys, Johnny Bananas, like widely considered the GOAT of the challenge. There's an argument to be made for Jordan and CT, obviously, but those are like the 3. Those are the 3-headed dragon for the male GOAT of the challenge. And at the time, Johnny was like in one of his like prime runs, and Jordan, as a newer competitor, there's a selection system to go into elimination, and you flip over a card. If you flip over the bomb or something, then you go into elimination. If you flip over nothing, you're safe, and then the next person flips it over. Jordan walks up, flips over all 3, and goes, "I want you, Johnny." Like, he throws himself into elimination at the selection point. Johnny beats him, and it was like one of these moments of like, oh, be careful what you wish for. Jordan then goes on to become, as I said, like potentially one of the GOATs, but all-time moment. Just accepted, welcomed elimination against Johnny Bananas, and it didn't go his way, but all-time challenge moment. Love the challenge. Shout out to you for rekindling a great memory for me.
Matt Perky says, Gastro Connor and New York Rig. At the risk of being the pessimist, what do you feel the odds are of the White House card simply not living up to the hype that has surrounded it going on for 8 months? It feels like every time a massive card like this is talked about at length, it becomes impossible for reality to meet expectations. Is there a particular fight that you want to see on this card that if it's not included, the card gets knocked down a grade? For instance, John versus Alex excluded?
I feel the odds of it being disappointment are like minus 300. We've built this up so much in our head.
Minus 300 could be disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I think you have to have Conor McGregor or John Jones on the card for it to not be disappointing.
So what if it was like a UFC 300 scenario where it wasn't exactly what we thought it was going to be, but it is so good top to bottom that you almost have to be like satisfied with it? Would you consider that a disappointment?
I think that's what it's likely going to be, and people are going to complain about it.
Okay.
I think that's what it's likely going to be. I could see like a Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria headlining.
Oh, you don't think people would be happy with that?
Oh, I could see that being like a disappointment.
If it's not Conor or John, you're like, people are going to be fucking fuming.
I think so.
Interesting.
I think people are going to be disappointed. I
guess
I mean, have you met this fan base?
Yeah, I mean, 300 is the perfect example, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be some. I will say, though, I feel like my bar for like, I think people would be happy with a pretty stacked card. Like a 300-esque. I think people would be pretty happy.
Maybe you do like a four title fights?
Do they have 4 titles to put up, though?
Yeah, they fucking better. We gotten one undisputed title fight in the first 3 months of 2026. For the first 100 days of 2026, we will get one undisputed title fight.
Yeah, the BMF is the other.
Yeah, and the
interim.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be disappointing. I think it'll be, but I do think there's a chance it's not Conor and not John.
I don't think it will be disappointing. I was hyped for UFC 300. I think the fans will complain about it.
Because it wasn't those two that they were promised. Or that it seemed like they might get. I will say, Dana hasn't done the same thing that he did for 300, which was, you're never going to believe what we're going to do for this. He is saying, like, look, it's going to be a huge event. We're going to have, we're going to put on massive fights. But I don't think he's been selling it that same way to hedge the bet. I think people would be very happy with Ilia Justin. I think people would be happy if that headline.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think people are giving Justin much of a chance in that one.
No, I mean, I think it's a sacrifice. I think Ilia is going to take his head off, but I still believe people will be pretty satisfied. If it's like Ilia Justin, I don't think we'll get Jan O'Malley, right? Because Jan just had surgery. It feels like maybe that might get pushed a little further out. What other title fight could be on there? What else do we have? What's available?
I don't know.
70? Oh, well, no, you can't put Islam under.
You're not going to do 145. I don't think you're going to do 135.
Why? Why not 45?
I don't know. Maybe Volk.
John Silver versus Volk?
Maybe.
All right, so let's say that's co-main.
John Silva.
Yeah.
What about Mofsar and Lerone?
They're fighting coming up.
That gives them 2.5 months to get ready.
Okay, so then winner of that. Let's call it 45. Let's call it Volk.
We can do that.
What else can we put on there? Who's the 85 champ? Hamzat?
Yeah. Can I have Hamzat Shemaev fight at the White House?
Is Hamzat under? See, the problem with if you put Ilia and Justin.
Okay, so yeah, yesterday you mentioned Ilia, Justin headlining John Jones, Alex Pereira co-main. I think even no title on the line, they might put John Alex in the main event. God, if you're Ilia, do you accept that? Are you like, I'm the fucking king of this shit? We're talking White House level stuff. It gets to a point where it's just like you get what you get.
You get what you get. All right, so let's say no Conor.
Okay.
Alex, John, Ilia, Justin.
Oh, that's huge.
People are they're losing their minds.
Yeah. You get John Jones, Alex Pereira, and Ilia Topuria.
Conor,
huge.
Conor and anything else that counts too, right? People will just be like, it's a Conor McGregor fight. So it really I guess it hinges on those two. I think if they do like an Ilia Justin, a featherweight, some other title, maybe a third one. If Kayla can somehow like get back in there for this event, I think people will be pretty happy.
At the end of the day, I think it's going to be a good card.
Yeah.
300 was amazing.
300 was amazing.
Like the full top to bottom card was fantastic.
It was great.
I think people were just a little bit let down by the main event being Pereira and Hill.
Dana kept saying
it's going
to be the craziest thing you've ever seen. That was the problem. I think he sold a bill of goods. I think for this one, there's been some bluster, there's been some bloviating about it, but it hasn't been, you're never gonna believe what this fight is. It's like, hey, it could be John. I don't know. Like, to his credit, Dana's been like, nah, like I don't trust John. Not being like it's gonna be John, you know?
It's not gonna be the end of 2024 when he was like, well, I got something planned you fuckers are never gonna believe.
Whatever happened with that?
Nothing.
He's never said anything, right?
Yeah, nothing.
We don't know what that was. All right. I think the White House card I think people will be very happy. Brett from Nebraska, shout out, legend.
Shout out to Brett.
Caller to the voicemail. By the way, leave us some voicemails for Thursday, 415 SUP BITB. What's up, boys? GC, what is your favorite bet to sweat? I've always had a soft spot for college basketball unders, but some of my more random favorites include over on combined field goal yardage for a game. This is degenerate shit.
Me and my boys bet that on
oh my God.
on Sunday.
This is fucking degenerate. Over on time of a match in tennis. And of course, heavyweight overs. Thanks, boys. Shout out to James Tahuna. What are some of your favorite sweats? What are the ones you're like?
So what you just said is like the more degenerate, the better is how I go about it with like the better to sweat. Also, need to have friends with me. Sweating a bet alone is not fun.
Right.
Sweating a bet with friends is the way to do it. You talk about college basketball unders. That's like a sweaty, miserable experience. But when it hits, like it's fantastic.
Unders in general are just miserable. Why?
Oh, for sure. But it's like, but if you're sharing it with people, like if it's a shared misery, I don't mind it.
Overs always feel hopeful.
Yeah.
Always always feel like we're rooting for excitement. Unders are just in general like, except in MMA.
But then in MMA, unders are fun to cheer
the
for.
opposite, yeah.
Until they're not fun to cheer for. Until the brain clicks of like, this is going to a decision, we're fucked.
1 minute left to the middle of the fight, and you're just like, I got the under 1.5, you motherfucker.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having an under 2.5 and it's entering round 3, and you're just like, fuck, god damn it, and like you're just like, go, like do something. There's nothing worse than like someone's on skates and like they're just like not attacking. Love.
Okay. Which is worse? You have the under, and they're just like, you're like, fuck, this is going to decision. Like somebody gets rocked in the first round, but then they recover, and you're like, god damn it.
Happened this past weekend in the Donchenko Alex Morono fight.
Yeah.
When Morono survived round 1, I was just like, decision.
Okay, which is worse, that or when you've got the over and somebody gets flash KO'd in a minute, and you're just like, well, tear this ticket up.
I think the under that goes over is worse because, and I've been on those, I was on the over 1.5 finishing a parlay in Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Zhang Wei Li in 2022 UFC 275 when she's spinning back fisted her with, it lands the spinning back fist 1 second before the over, literally with 2:30, so it doesn't cash. That is just sort of just, you're like, oh no, I fucking lost, fuck. Whereas like you have to just sit there and be miserable for like a round and a half, and you're just like, and at some point it looks like they might get the finish. They like start hurting them, they start going to the body, and it looks like they're getting beat up. They maybe get into a submission position, and you're just like, fucking do something, please. Like that's the worst. My favorite sport to bet, and I got into it last year, there's no sweat like it, is NASCAR. You get down to those last 10 laps and like you're holding like a plus 700 and like the guy's in like first or second, or if he's in first and the guy behind him is starting to close down on laps, gets the heart nervy. Pounding. Or when they finish like just barely inside of each other, it is.
When that caution comes out, 2 laps to go, and you're like, we got a 2.5 second lead, and then
either your guy is in first and like the caution saves your ass and you're like, we're alive, boys, we're alive. Or your guy is, or he wasn't in first when the caution comes out, you're alive. Or he is in first and the caution comes out and you're like, we're fucked. His tires are killed. He doesn't have the gas. I say all this to say Daytona 500 this weekend. Can't wait. Already got my bets in. It's going to be incredible. Super speedway.
You want to give out some winners on that one?
It's like hard to do because like I end up taking like 10 guys. So like it's like plus 1,000s. Like I have one guy that's like plus 7,000. So like when you add them all together, I get this group of drivers for like plus 115. And like people will be like, oh, that's not plus EV. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm betting on NASCAR. Yeah. Like I'm just doing it that fun.
God, there's something so romantic about sports betting and so degenerate and horrible and bad.
It's like, I always say this, I loved it more when it was illegal and it was just like me and my boys in my living room and like we just weren't supposed to be doing it. Everyone was like, you sicko degenerates. Now you walk around here and people are just like, my same game parlay didn't hit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's gotten to the same level as fantasy football. I'm just like, I don't care. And there's so many commercials for it now. It's just, it was more fun. Like it's like when you were drinking before you were 21.
I never did that.
Shout out.
Hey, what are you talking about?
When you're drinking before you were 21, it was like a little bit more fun because you like weren't supposed to be doing it. It was a little bit, illegal. Worst bets are like golf. It's like you're either
Why?
in or you're out. Just because it's so slow paced and like you're sitting on like a plus 1400, or they
There's
just
no
die
big
day
movements.
one.
There's
It's no like insane.
Okay, that makes sense actually.
Also love a future that like makes it all the way to the end. There's nothing like.
Are those a sweat though, or are you almost like, I'm not gonna think about this shit until it's like striking?
Those are
range?
more fun because you kind of get to like monitor and cheer them
yeah.
on and like stuff like that. Shout out to a good sweat though. Sweat is always better with the boys. It's always better with the boys. All right. Edge Lab Analytics says, what's up, BITB and team? The upgrades to the Meta Apex have been highly touted by the UFC, yet we saw this weekend it is still a dull environment with limited fans. My question is, what do you think the solution is? Eliminate the Meta Apex and do only road shows? Further upgrades to the Meta Apex to have some fans and create a true environment? I fear in its current state, only VIPs, friends of Dana, and friends, family will be in attendance, not exactly creating an exciting and rowdy environment that a typical roadshow is. Best, AJ from Edge Lab Analytics. Shout out to you, AJ. Appreciate the question. Yeah, I think you can go now for like $250, but like, so it's not as VIP as it once was, but it's just never going to be a rowdy environment because it's just limited seating.
This is where I once again buck the trend and continue to be the guy who's the apologist. Like, I don't find the Apex that
We're about to have two
displeasing.
guys that fought in the Apex this weekend. We need to ask both of them.
Yeah, I just... Well, what we should ask them is, like, did they notice a difference, right? Was there some kind of difference? But I just don't mind the Apex. Like, maybe I've been beaten into submission. Maybe, you know... I know everybody hates the Apex. I get it. I understand it. But it's just serving a purpose to get us to the fight nights and then to the numbered events that are in stadiums, arenas. I don't care that much. Like, I'm okay. Like, if you're somebody buying the ticket, I get why you'd care. If you're going to the events, I totally understand why you'd want to be in a raucous crowd. For the TV experience, I really honestly just don't care that much. Like, at this point, I don't even notice it. I don't even realize, like, okay, this one's Apex, this one's not. Like, certainly,
we don't care.
Certainly, like, I'm not an idiot. I know where each fight night is happening, but like, it's not that jarring to me. I'll tell you what, WWE, when they had the Royal Rumble and there was no pops for the points that were supposed to be pops, that was very jarring to me. That was like very obvious. The Apex, I'm just like, it's an Apex fight. It's fine.
I guess the only thing I'll say is that like they did at the Royal Rumble, they went to like wide shots of the crowd when the wrestlers would come out and there really wasn't a problem.
Well, there's also...
Here you really just see the walkout.
There's also scheduled pops, right? In WWE, it's like the person comes out the Royal Rumble, they do their moveset, and everybody's supposed to be going crazy because they just came out. Whereas in UFC or MMA in general, you can't kind of schedule it. It just happens when it happens. But I'm not that anti-Apex. I think it's fine. Just get more fans in there.
The man we are about to talk to fought on the Apex this past weekend. We'll pause the questions. We'll get back to those. But we are now joined by Dustin Jacoby, the now 14th ranked light heavyweight in the world, coming off a second-round knockout win over Julius Walker. Dustin, thanks so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate the time.
Oh, thanks for having me, fellas. It feels good to be on the show.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. I just mentioned the now 14th ranked light heavyweight in the world, man. How does it feel to have a number next to your name again?
Yeah, it's great, man, to be back into the rankings. It means a lot. I think I've been as high as number 13. Just to be in there. But it does go to show you that it really doesn't hold too much weight. Of course, it feels great to be in there. But in my mind, I felt like I was a top 15 fighter this whole time. But now I got the number to my name to prove it. So, yeah, man, it feels great.
We were just having a conversation about the Apex. What was it like to be in the revamped version of the Apex? Was there any noticeable difference? Did you notice anything?
There really wasn't, man. It wasn't that big of a difference. I'd much rather fight in front of a big crowd. I was supposed to fight UFC 325 against Jimmy Crute in Sydney, which would have just been epic to fight an Aussie on his home turf. I love the crowds, man. I feed off the crowd, good and bad. I love being a road warrior, so I was really looking forward to going into his house and, doing my best. But, I've had great success at the Apex. It's just not my favorite place to fight. I do like the smaller cage. I think that works to my advantage, but I don't care who you are, man. I think all fighters would rather fight in front of a packed house.
Okay, you mentioned that Australia fight. So you were supposed to fight Jimmy Crute. That one gets canceled. You take this one on short notice. But you still flew to Australia to corner Cody Brundage. Is that correct?
I did, man, because I didn't find out about Crute until we were like en route to San Francisco. And then we flew from San Francisco to Sydney. And I found out just before boarding that flight. And I was really hoping that they would be able to find a replacement. And, nonetheless, I'd be able to go over there with Cody. He's one of my main training partners. So I'd keep the flow going with him. I'd be in his corner. And a couple of days of being in Sydney, I got the call about Julius Walker. Julius had actually came to Factory X and trained with us for a little bit. And we have the same management team. And I've been in touch with him ever since that little training session that we had for about a week, 10 days or so. So I actually hit him up. I was like, hey, man, Jason just told me your opponent fell out. Obviously, I'm looking for a fight. I don't want to wait. I'm ready to go right now. I just don't want to be disrespectful. And he come back and said, hey, man, we're both competitors. We're both athletes. I'd love to share the octagon with you. And I said, enough said, man, we'll see where this goes. And the next thing you know, I was flying back to fight Julius Walker at the Apex, which I kept telling myself it wasn't going to be a big deal. I blocked it out of my mind. But dude, during that fight, I certainly felt it. I was extremely exhausted, which is rare for me. I usually have really good cardio at 205, but I think the travel caught up to me a little bit. And at that stage, once that cage door locked, I knew all obstacles, all adversity, all excuses were thrown out the window, and I just had to lock in and be the best version of myself that night. And I was.
Yeah, and you mentioned that a little bit in the post-fight, talking about the overcoming the obstacles to get there and take that fight. Was there any point where you thought maybe I shouldn't do this? Did you consider not doing this because of how far you had to travel and what you had to do before the fight?
Not really, man. I'm a veteran. I've been through a lot in this game. And when I got that opportunity, I was already in camp. I was going through camp. I was towards the end of camp. And, I just had to say yes. I had to step up and own that moment. And just add some more legacy to my career, just add some legacy to my name. I'm a guy that steps up and answers the call every single time. I've never said no to a fight. So, and that's exactly why I stand where I stand, and I stand strong because, the Hanyak, I say it time and time again, is forged in fire. And that's where I've made my name, man, is inside that octagon, on the battlefield, inside the proving grounds. And, it's just another opportunity that I took advantage of.
You talk about how exhausted you were. What day did you actually land back in Vegas?
Yeah, so I left Sydney on Monday at 12 p.m. and I landed in Denver on Monday at 12 p.m., which was kind of crazy after being on a plane for 16 hours. And then I was home long enough to do a little bit of laundry, see my dog, see my wife, which my wife did end up going to Sydney, so I had seen her, but just to sleep in my bed for one night. And then Tuesday morning, I was packed up and ready to go to Vegas. So made the trip there. Tuesday's usually a travel day for me every time anyway during fight week. And then Wednesday, Thursday, I got a couple good workouts in, and I really felt it then. But again, I just kept it blocked out of my mind. And, when I just focused on the fight at hand, and I knew when that cage door closed, none of those excuses mattered. I had to show up, and that's what I did.
You talked about being forged in the fire and your career and your journey. I want to go back a little bit to your first stint in the UFC, then fighting for, I believe, 8 other promotions, fighting for a decent amount of time in Glory kickboxing and your journey there. Talk us through the various stops along your career and then the opportunity to get back into the UFC and what you've been able to do with it. Take us back to the version of Dustin Jacoby that had the stint in the UFC and then is fighting for 8 other promotions.
Yeah, man. So I turned pro in November of 2010, and my first UFC fight was October of 2011. And I actually had broke my bone in my leg. I took a kick from my buddy Brian Foster like 3 weeks before my UFC debut. Ended up taking the fight anyway. I was young, 23 years old, was on top of the world. Did not go my way. I was well prepared for that second fight with another buddy of mine, a longtime training partner, Chris Camozzi. Just didn't get it done that night. I went 0-2 in the UFC. Got done. I was really like, man, what the hell am I going to do now? I had people tell me you need to find a real job, but I was so young. I still wanted to chase this career and chase this dream. and I ended up winning my first pro title right out of getting cut from the UFC. It was for CFFC against Tim Williams. Dan Mergliotti actually reffed that fight, which is kind of cool. And he reffed our fight this past weekend with Julius Walker. I ended up winning that pro title. Tim Williams ended up going on and having a great career with the UFC. I wouldn't say great, but a pretty solid career with the UFC. And then, I just fought. I ended up getting a short notice call to fight in this Glory kickboxing tournament. It was a Wednesday night. I was training to fight Andrew Sanchez, another undefeated up-and-coming prospect. And I got this call about a kickboxing tournament, 3 guys, one night. Winner got $20K. And I was like, hell yeah, man, sign me up. Like the kickboxing, that's my thing. I never had a kickboxing fight, but I'm a stand-up fighter. I was like, I'll go in there and knock out all 3 guys. And sure enough, we took off on a Wednesday. I drove, through the night. Ended up weighing in, knocked out all 3 guys, and won a contract with Glory Kickboxing. Ended up having over 20 fights with Glory Kickboxing. Really cut my teeth with them, man. I fought some of the best stand-up fighters in the world, guys that people in the U.S. don't really know. Murad Bouzidi, Michael Dute, Daniel Lunga, just to name a few. Of course, ended up fighting Alex Pereira in Glory as well, but Simon Marcus, one of the best pound-for-pound stand-up fighters in the world. I fought some absolute killers in Glory, and it really cut my teeth and that's where I just really grew. And really, like when I say forged in fire, man, those were all moments I was forged. And then I got an opportunity to fight for Bellator. Of course, I went 0-2 with them. But again, I didn't lose to just anybody. I lost to Muhammad Law, King Mo, a champion. I lost to John Salter, who became a champion after beating me. If you look at my MMA career, before I got to the UFC the second time, I never lost to anybody that was just a regular Joe. I'd always lost to top-level guys. David Branch, a 2-time World Series of Fighting champion, 185 and 205. So I knew I was good enough to continue on. And then I broke my arm a couple times in Glory. And when I was 30 years old, this was around 2018, I almost quit fighting altogether. I was just kind of, tired of the ups and downs. I wasn't really making a career. I had made a career, but I wasn't making a lot of money. I was putting my wife through hell. I was putting, we were struggling to pay the bills. And I just went for broke, man. I was at a tipping point. I was at a point in my life where I was just so defeated, but I knew I had more to give. And I knew that, it takes the guy that's been drugged through the mud, that's been counted out, that's been down at the bottom to rise to the occasion and come out on top. And I just knew I had that in me. And it was hard finding a regional scene fight. Nobody wanted to fight me with the experience that I had. Ended up doing another King of Sparta tournament here in Colorado, where it was 3 fights in one night again. The first night was kickboxing. The first fight was boxing. The second fight was kickboxing. The third fight was MMA. I took that fight at heavyweight. I weighed in at 210 pounds. All my opponents were over 250, including Cody East, who was a 5-fight UFC vet. Had some wins in the UFC, and I beat him in the MMA match. I won that night. I got an opportunity to fight for the Contender Series, which I was pissed because I was like, man, I am better than these Contender Series guys. I promise you that. And when I fought Ty Flores that night, that's one of my favorite fights. I think that's one of my brother's favorite fight. A lot of my true fans, guys, my buddies that have been on my back since the beginning, they absolutely love that fight. I put a beating on that dude, earned my contract at the UFC. And then, yeah, man, the rest is history. Just went on a tear and, got back on in the zone, winning some fights, and it's all led me to where I am now, man.
Wow, what an incredible journey. I want to go back to the kickboxing part. Did you, at that time that you were fighting for Glory and you'd been offered that opportunity, did you think that kickboxing was going to be your career? Did you always have MMA in the back of your head? Was it whatever opportunities I get that are the best one, I'll go that direction? Because I know you even trained in the Netherlands with like Cor Hemmers. You were really like doubling down and making a serious kickboxing push. Was MMA something you were still thinking about, or was it full speed ahead on kickboxing?
Well, I tell you what, when I first got signed with kickboxing, I was like, man, this might be my future. This might be it, because I love stand-up fighting. I hate the ground game. Of course, we train it. You guys see in the fight, man, I'm well equipped on the ground. I tap people all the time in the gym. My wrestling defense is really good. I'm not a strong wrestler, but my defense is good. And I thought that there was a chance I'd go back to MMA, but at the time, I'm like, I love the kickboxing. I was rising through the ranks. I told my coach, I was like, you know what, coach, honestly, I don't ever see myself being a champion in MMA, but I see myself being a champion in kickboxing. And so I went all in kickboxing. I ended up fighting for the world title twice against Simon Marcus. Lost a close split decision the first time, and broke my arm the second time, which was unfortunate. But once I broke my arm, it's like I was at, again, I told you, a tipping point. Do I get out? Do I get in? I was kind of done with glory because I was like, man, it is brutal just going toe to toe and just smashing my arms. I was getting pretty beat up doing kickboxing. So I told coach, I was like, man, I think I'm going to give MMA a try. And I got back into MMA, and yeah, man, the rest is history. And now, I'm not going to lie, man, I could see myself being a champion. I know I'm 37 years old. I know I'm towards the end of my career, but the stars are aligning. I don't know if call it destiny, call it fate, I don't know, call it whatever it is. I don't know if it's already wrote. I just got to go do it. But the writing is on the wall, man. I could see myself climbing through these ranks, getting another couple more KOs, and putting myself in a spot to, take advantage of any opportunities that come my way. So, who knows what's in store, man, but I'm going to be prepared for it.
The current champion at 205, your former opponent that you mentioned back in Glory Kickboxing, Alex Pereira, he actually posted a video of him watching your fight and reacting to the knockout finish, gives you a bunch of kudos in the caption as well. How special is that to see a guy who's gone on to have so much, success in MMA, and your opponent of 12 years ago now still showing you love?
Yeah, man, that meant the world to me to see that. I saw Muhammad Law, King Mo, before that fight, and I went up to him and said, hey, man, I just want to let you know, I appreciate us fighting, and I take pieces of every opponent I've had, and every time I step into the octagon, I fight for not only myself and my family and my team, but I fight for all my former opponents. I want those guys that I beat to know they didn't just lose to anybody, and I want the guys that beat me to know, you didn't just beat some half-ass guy, man. If you beat me, you did something good, man. You accomplished a major feat, and I just want them to. I take that pride into every single fight, man. So when I fight, I think about guys like Alex Pereira, and to get a shout out from him, the champ of the world, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, stand-up fighter of all time, man. That meant the world to me because that just shows that he respects it. He respects me, and he's well aware of what I've done and where I'm at, and that was just so cool, man. Mad respect to him, and yeah, man, it was just awesome.
Speaking of Alex Pereira, at the time that you guys fought, he was pretty young in his kickboxing career as well. Did you feel like you were witnessing what would end up being an all-time great? When you were in there with him, did you see this coming for him after your fight?
I certainly didn't see this coming the way it did. I knew he was good. I think he was like 14-0 when I fought him. I mean, I think I don't know. I can't remember my record, but I was still young in the game. And I knew the kid was good. He had an insane power. The way he hit me was it was the first time I'd ever been knocked out. And I mean, knocked out. And when he came into MMA, I was still a little skeptical. I wasn't quite sure. I thought there were some wrestlers, some good grapplers that would be able to take him down and defeat him that way. But man, that guy has rose through the ranks and just set the world on fire. He has done extremely well, and it's been so motivating and just so awesome to see him do that, climb the ranks. And I mean, he's the king, man. It's badass. I'm happy for him.
I know the ultimate goal is to get a title shot potentially against Alex Pereira if he doesn't move on from the division or he continues to hold that belt. But what are we thinking next? Right now, sitting at 14, you said you wanted a few more before the title shot. What are we thinking next?
Yeah, man, I would love to get onto that the White House card in June. I'm thinking Nikito Krylov would be a great Rocky-themed fight for that card. That's a great matchup, I think, and I think that would just sell, man. You got two big guys that are gonna, go in there and throw down and look to kill each other. And I'm a big fan of Krylov, man. He reminds me of one of my favorite fighters, Brian Foster, a former teammate of mine, a guy that was Donald Cerrone before Donald Cerrone. He got screwed over so many times in his career, man. He should be a 30-fight UFC veteran and doing exactly what Donald Cerrone did. But Krylov reminds me of him, man. A prime Brian Foster at 25 years old was is a bad dude, and Krylov's one of those guys. He's a bad dude. I just think it would be awesome, and it's got a story. I mean, it's got a little Rocky theme to it. So hopefully get on that White House card, man. I know everybody and their dog's going to want to get on that card, but that's 3 big knockouts in a row, man. I show the American grit, the work ethic, the blue collar work ethic, the tenacity, and the perseverance, man, of anybody chasing the American dream. I just think I fit that story, and I'd be a good fight for that card.
That would be incredible, man. And the timelines sort of sync up with you having just fought. You want to be the champ in the octagon, but you claim to be the champ on the greens. You say that you're the best golfer in the UFC. Do you still hold true to this claim?
From fairways to fight nights, man. I'm an exceptional golfer, man. Justin Gaethje and I are both neck and neck, man. We've played so many different times. I don't know how many times that we've ended up tying the exact same score. It seems like every time we go to compete, we end up at the same score. But yeah, it's definitely Justin Gaethje or I, hands down. I am a 5.6 handicap. He is a 6.5. So my handicap's a little better, but I think we're both right there at a 6. And of course, I'm gonna say it's me. He's gonna say it's him, rightfully so. But yeah, man, we are 1 and 2, hands down, no doubt.
5.6 is nothing to shake your head at. I go out there, if I break 100, I'm happy with myself. So I got a long way to go. You mentioned from fairways to fight nights. I saw the shirt that you got made with Pens and Aces for this past weekend. I love the collaboration between golf and fighting in there, man. It was sick.
Yeah, it's my favorite pastime, man. Pins and Aces is a Denver-based company. I got linked up with those guys years ago, and I'm getting ready to get a haircut, and then I'm gonna go cruise over there and pay those guys a visit. They've been so good to me. Their business is killing it, man. And then that's another inspirational. It's so inspiring to me and motivational to show they started with a Donald Trump head cover in 2016, started selling a few of those, and they built it into an empire, what it is today. From fairways to fight nights was my idea. They came up with the shirt and with the theme, and it just works out perfect, man. It's my favorite pastime. It's a game that's just so incredibly difficult to play, but such a simple, easy game. And it's so mental too, man. And it's a good way to that I like to spend my pastime. I actually played golf on fight week with my coach and my teammates. We got out there and swung them a little bit. I will say I played in flip flops. I played with rented clubs, and I played with no glove, and I beat all of them. So that's still just that's my claim to fame, the best golfer in the UFC, man. So hoping to be able to get into the American Century Championship, to play in the Internet Invitational, and get some of these same opportunities that my boy Justin Gaethje has been getting. And yeah, man, we live close by, so we play a lot of golf together, and I definitely see a YouTube golf future in my career.
You mentioned Justin Gaethje, obviously, who you're close with. Who are some of the other UFC, MMA, combat sports golfers that we might not know about? Like, who's sneaky good?
You know what, man? I don't think there really is anybody else. Daniel Cormier is starting to play. He's absolutely
How's his game?
Awful. He's
no.
awful. He talks so much smack. He is so bad. But I tell you what, though, he is an athlete, and he's just like it. Golf's like anything. The more you do it, the better you get. And he does hit some really good shots when he's not cheating, when he's not moving his ball and not telling you his wrong score. He'll get like a 6, and he'll tell you got a par. So he's pretty sneaky on the golf course. You got to watch him. But really, I don't know of anybody else that plays the way Justin and I play. I mean, we legit play. We take our medicine. We keep our strokes. We're not out there, sneaking golf balls around or lying about our scores. So I don't see anybody else in the golf industry keeping up with us.
You mentioned you're about to get a haircut. Where we chilling on the back of your pickup truck right now?
Yeah. I went to the gym this morning. I had to give some love to my team and say what up to those guys. And then, I had to come get a haircut. My wife and I are going to Mexico. We take a red eye tonight to Mexico, and going to go meet up with a couple couples with some of our friends from Illinois there. Going to play a couple rounds of golf. Just going to relax and rest and recover on the beach and enjoy a few adult beverages. And yeah, man, just enjoy life right now.
Incredible, brother. Well earned. We really appreciate the time, man. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the ranking. Excited to see what happens from here, man. Thanks again, Dustin.
Yeah, I sure do appreciate you guys, man. I love being on the show and can't wait to do it again.
Appreciate you, brother. Enjoy Mexico, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, boys. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, Dustin
man.
Jacoby, the Hanyak, going for the title shot, talking mad shit on the golf course as well.
DC got to answer for some of this.
And I think you absolutely suck.
Are you doing which one are you doing?
Chill.
Okay, but what about, have you ever seen the DC Ryan Bader?
I want the easiest
I want the worst fighter. I want
the worst golfer in the UFC.
Yeah,
I want Daniel Cormier.
That's what Dustin just basically said.
I have to say, there's nothing worse than like if you actually are a decent golfer, like you're having a good round and like you're counting all your strokes and you get like, you know, a double bogey or whatever, and you're with your boy who's just ass and he's like, yeah, I parred it. It's like, no chance you parred it, man. I saw you spray 3 into the woods. Yeah, I parred it.
That's what he's accusing DC of. Some accusations there. Like, when I asked Dustin to go through that career, I didn't know he would go through it in such specific detail.
Off the top of the dome. And I had the Tapology up right there. He was nailing everyone. He's like, yep, did this, did that, did this. Like, nailed everything.
He's had a very, very fascinating career because you really don't see guys do a lot of what he said. And when he was talking about the guys he was facing in kickboxing, he's not bullshitting. Like, what he ended up doing in the middle of his career is very unique in the way that he went over to kickboxing and was facing absolute killers, like top of their game guys from the Netherlands. Simon Marcus, a pound for pound king of kickboxing, to have fought young Alex Pereira. He did something that I'm not sure that most guys would be able to do, and I'm not surprised he's been able to have some success on the back end of it because he was like. You can go out there and he's facing guys on the regional scene in MMA who are not going to be nearly the level of the guys that he's facing in this kickboxing realm.
Especially if he can keep it standing.
And if he can stand there with guys like Alex Pereira. Now, granted, Alex knocked him out, but to be knocked out by Alex Pereira, as we know now, maybe not then, but as we know now, is not like some indictment on your career. To be in a tough fight against a guy as good as Simon Marcus, to be in with a Lunga and Dute and all these like top level kickboxers, prepares you and proves you that when you're able to transition to MMA, there's nobody you can't strike with. There's nobody, and you hear that in the confidence that he's talking about. He's like, look, I got a ground game too, but like I use it to stay defensive and to keep myself up. If you're gonna stand and strike with me, there's very few guys that like Dustin is not going to have an advantage of. We saw him in that super close fight with Khalil Roundtree, where
I actually scored for him.
People were thinking it could have gone either way. Some scored it for Khalil, some scored it for Dustin.
And that was actually, if he had won that, he would have started his UFC renaissance at 7-0 since returning.
Which would have been nuts. And like, it's one of those things that he believes he can be a champion at 37. I don't think it's like crazy. Now, granted, like conquering the hill of Alex Pereira is one that I think is very difficult. But if Alex is not in that division anymore, I think it opens up. And a guy like Dustin, with the type of power he carries and the finishing ability he has, I don't think it's that crazy.
Could he not hang in the striking with a guy like Carlos Oberg?
Absolutely. Carlos Oberg wouldn't be in the top 5 strikers that he faced in his career. That's the crazy part.
Insane. I also think a little bit of that glory rub gives him the fortitude to go to Australia, fly back, fight that same week.
For sure.
Like, I'm exhausted, but once those cage doors lock, we're ready to roll.
No, the kickboxing world is different. Like, those dudes are fighting every weekend. We see Israel Adesanya when it's like he's passed 100 career fights and things like that. They don't do the like, yeah, I'm going to wait 4 months for my next opportunity and pick my opponent. Once you start getting into that kickboxing circuit, it's like, yeah, we're fighting 2 weeks from now. And he said he did multiple tournaments. Like, he's doing one-night tournaments. He wins the one to qualify, gets a glory contract. He's in tournaments against Alex Pereira. Like, he's got one of the most unique careers I can recall in terms of, like, Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya cut their teeth on the kickboxing scene, then transitioned to MMA. He was an MMA fighter who just took this departure. It'd be if Francis Ngannou went to boxing, had this entire career, and then came back to MMA. It's very unique. Rooting for Dustin. Do you think there's any chance like a Dustin versus Nikita Krylov is making the 6 or 7 cut on the White House card?
I think just because of where he lies in the rankings and the finite amount of fights on the card, it'll be a tough sell.
That's what I'm thinking. Is like, I think the White House is going to be biggest possible names only.
For sure.
If you're not top 5, you might be struggling to get an opportunity.
The one argument he has is being American.
100%.
They may need to get Americans on the card, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
As we've seen in modern UFC, the excitement is often the selling point. The reason Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje were fighting for the interim title is because you know that you're going to kick off the Paramount era with a fight between two guys who go to war, and Dustin Jacoby goes to war. So I don't think it's out of the question, but I do wonder if, like, just because of the limited spots, something like that doesn't necessarily feel like a guarantee.
Goes to war and makes it a striker's delight. One thing that I didn't ask him that I suppose we should have, he talked about having like a real relationship with Julius Walker and then having to get in there. A lot of the times when we see guys, you know, maybe not best friends, but having relationships, they sort of turn into either staring contests or, you know, sparring matches. That obviously was not the case for Dustin Jacoby on Saturday night.
No, and it looked like Julius kind of like was answering the questions early. Once the first round ended and then it started transitioning to the second round, I was like, oh boy, like this is going to get hairy, because that's when Dustin's like starting to lay the punches on him. Yeah, man, he can strike with anybody in this division.
Yeah, an incredible win for Dustin Jacoby. He has now won 3 straight, all 3 coming by way of knockout, 10-4-1 since returning to the UFC. This is his second stint. Started when he was 23 back in 2011, and then, like we mentioned with him, he went on a run of 8 different promotions before coming back.
He started and then was immediately like in UFC fights. It's kind of a crazy road.
Yeah, his UFC debut was the 7th fight of his career. It's crazy. So a wild road, very akin to Andrei Arlovski yesterday. Sort of like ups and downs, was winning in boxing, was winning in kickboxing. You know, at one point had lost 5 of 6. In combat sports, and then now finds himself in the rankings at light heavyweight. And you keep getting knockouts at light heavyweight, you'll fly up those rankings pretty quickly.
Yeah, shout out to Dustin. Shout out to Daniel Cormier cheating on the golf course. You know, hopefully he responds to the accusations.
In just a few moments, we'll be joined by Mario Bautista, who was the winner in the main event on Saturday night. Let's answer 1 or 2 questions while we wait. Why not?
All right, who's up?
Let's go Carly, a big fan of the program, always a supporter. Shout out to her. She says, hello, big fan of BITB and even bigger fan of the Woke Front Bench. Shout out to all the lady listeners calling in. Please hang out in the chat. We need more women in there. Speaking of ladies, this question is for Andy.
Oh.
What's your relationship with combat sports? Do you follow it closely outside of work, or is it strictly a work thing for you? I appreciate the feminine energy you bring to the show. Also, shout out to Rick and his Elite 7 and 11 and Tamaru's knowledge.
Tamora's, yeah. Shout out to you, Carly.
Hi. I was just saying that I hadn't seen her in the chat in a minute, but I'm not usually looking at the chat because I'm hitting buttons. Let's see. Flex. So it depends on the fight. If it's a fight that I'm like actually into or like interested in the story, I'll go watch it, honestly. But most of the time, I watch with these guys.
Yeah, shout out to the watch parties.
Andy doesn't love the blood and the violence. Covers her eyes a lot. But
thanks for mansplaining that, Jordan. Appreciate that.
So mansplaining is when a guy takes it upon themselves to
classic explain. Frank. I've never heard you say that joke before.
What we'll do for Andy, though, is she's like, I can't look. We'll start to give a description of what's going on. Like, oh my God, he just pulled his arm off and he's hitting him with it.
So I keep track of the timer, and I'll literally, you guys never see me do this because you're in there, but I will do, like, what was it? There was like an arm bar the other day that I was like, I can't watch this. I'll do this and just look at the clock.
It's like a horror movie.
Freaks me out. Horror movies are fine. It's just arm breaking.
This is real. This is real. This isn't a movie.
I cover my eyes when I watch horror movies the way that Andy covers her eyes watching fights.
That's very similar to my mom. Anytime I'm home and like I have to watch some fights, my mom will walk out of the room. She's like, no. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm like, all right, I get it. Shout out to Carly. I think in the chat now, she's no longer Carly because like YouTube made the change of the names and it's Burner Cat Lady or Cat Lady Burner or something in the chat.
I hate that they did that. They need to allow you to bring back the name instead of the URL handle for your YouTube channel. But shout out to Carly.
Slangin' and Bangin' says, if the boys in the back were made the leaders of the UFC today, what changes would you enact other than pay? Also, what would be a reasonable show win for starting UFC fighters if it were to be comparable to pay in major leagues? 1 million show, 1 million win, or flat rate? Thank you guys. Thank you guys are tough. Love you, Frank.
What major changes?
It's tough.
Definitely not 1 million win, 1 million show. That's a little too high. I'm thinking like maybe like 30K or 50K win and show. But that's obviously, you said not fighter pay. Start the pay-per-views at 8. That would definitely be up there. What else?
Is it a cop-out and corny to say that the UFC is running it pretty well? I don't know how much I'd really want to...
Less cards. Go from like 43 to like 33.
Oh boy, your broadcast partners are going to be upset.
I guess that's true. We are the leaders of the UFC, so we're partnered with
Paramount and whoever else we deliver other fight content to.
All right, we'll go back to the questions in just a little bit. We are now joined by the main event winner from UFC Vegas 113, the 8th ranked bantamweight, Mario Bautista. Mario, thanks so much for joining the show, man. We really appreciate it, brother. Mario, we got you, man?
I can hear you guys.
Thanks so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate the time. Just wanted to start off. You get your first finish win since the Guido Canetti fight back in 2023. How did it feel to get that finish?
Oh, it felt good, you know. Yeah, I had a few decisions and everything, so it felt good to get back on my winning ways and start finishing some people, start choking some people out.
Yeah, and the finishing sequence is something that stood out to me. As you're kind of flowing through those different submission attempts, what's going through your head? Are you thinking, I already have him? Are you looking for an opportunity and then it presented itself? Like, talk me through the finishing sequence that I think kind of went viral online and a lot of people honed in on.
Yeah, so for me, that's all jiu-jitsu, you know. It starts off right there, like passing the guard, but you have to be like so many steps ahead. You have to have your sequences, right? So as soon as I pass the guard, I pass, step over the hand, crucifix, he gives up an arm, I go to the Kimura, throw the seatbelt on, put it in a hook. There's just so many steps, but that's just the art of grappling and jiu-jitsu. You know, you just go through those sequences and it creates art. You know, it's all those little things are basic movements and anyone can learn. It's just a matter of how you put them together. And, that was the outcome. So it looked pretty cool. But honestly, in my MMA room, in my gym, that's like a everyday thing for us.
Paul Felder mentioned on the broadcast how in the fighter meetings during the week, he said how you mentioned that you saw a lot of holes in Vinicius Oliveira's game. What were those holes that you saw?
Honestly, I just think we all know he throws a lot of power. He throws from the hip and everything, but that can only get you so far with the level that, that he's at. So, yeah, I seen everything. He's just super slow. I think that weight cut that he was doing backfired on him. And I just have better eyes. I have more experience, and I seen everything that he was doing, and it just made it for an easy fight.
It was interesting regarding the weigh-in. You asked him, like, I feel like you want to kiss me, and you felt like you were kind of in his head a little bit. What was your takeaway after being face-to-face with him? Did you feel like you were in his head when the fight came to be?
Yeah. I just thought it was so funny, that he was trying to get inside my head. But like, I'm the type of person, like, I've been through so much. I've been in a lot of face-offs, confrontations. You're not going to get in my head. You know what I mean? So he came up and, said things about my teammate Kyler and this and that. And I just kind of changed the tone a bit. And I was like, it seems like you want to kiss me. And he even laughed. Sean Shelby even laughed. And so I think it was messing with him that I wasn't biting on any of his little antics and stuff. And I think that's part of his game, is that he gets these guys kind of intimidated. But honestly, yeah, you can't really intimidate me.
In the aftermath of the fight, he's talked about having some kind of injuries in camp and talking about his hand and the fractures and all this. The question I have for you is, one, was that something that you actually noticed in the fight? Did you feel like he was compromised compared to what you saw on tape? And two, would it have mattered anyway, or was the Mario Bautista that showed up on that night going to beat him no matter what?
Yeah, no, I didn't notice. I didn't notice during the fight or anything like that. I just thought maybe it was a little weird that he was on the ground for quite a bit, me standing over him. But I just don't think he wanted to give up his back, But that's on him. If he had an injury, he felt like he wasn't going to be able to fight or win. And that's his choice. That's his decision to take the fight if he did have an injury. And I've been through it. I even showed this last time. I have this popped rib right here. That was 4 weeks before the Patchy fight. So I couldn't even wrestle. I couldn't throw hooks, nothing twisting. And I just told myself, I'm going to go out there and, give it my best shot. If I lose, I'm not going to use that as an excuse. And I ended up winning and beating up Patchy. So it's excuses, and that's all on him.
I find that very fascinating. What's the tipping point of that, right? How compromised can you be before you decide I'm going to pull out of a fight or I'm going to continue and give it my best? Is it opponent based, right? I think if I execute this game plan against this guy, I could still step in here. And for Patchy, you made the decision that even with this existing injury, you could step in. Like, what's the tipping point of I don't think I can perform on this night and I think I can be compromised and still compete?
Yeah, that's all up to the individual, right? It's all how much you could take, how much you could handle. And I think that's just like a testament to myself, and that's the difference between me and Vinicius. He comes off as someone that's, very tough and, intimidating and this and whatnot. But that's the difference between me and him. I took a more professional route, and like I said, it's all up to the individual, what you're willing to go through. The consequences if you don't make it, this and that. But at the end of the day, you have to live with that.
We were talking about the Meta Apex and the revamps that we've seen, more crowds there. We just had Dustin Jacoby on. He said there wasn't much of a difference. We heard you say, though, it's a little bit more fun. What differences did you notice in the Apex?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot more packed, because I've been there from the very beginning when it was used during COVID. So there was no one in that arena when I first started. The next fight, there's a few more people. And the last time I fought there, I believe I fought Ricky Simone. There's a little bit of I think it was like 2 bleachers on each side. So it's definitely packed up a little bit. And when I went out there, it was a good vibe. It was a nice little crowd going on, and felt like a good fight night.
I'm curious to pick your brain. You mentioned Patchy Mix and that fight that you had with him. Are you surprised that Patchy is not in the UFC anymore and that now he's competing with Ryzen? Did you think that he was UFC caliber when you were competing with him? What are your thoughts on the idea that Patchy Mix was released by the UFC?
I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because he did kind of come in on short notice. It's like a big event to come into, a lot of hype behind him. He did have his second chance against, I forget the kid's name. He just fought on the card too.
Vic Glass.
Yeah. And, he kind of fought a little bit better. But if that was his issue, saying that, he wanted to go to 145, maybe I would have gave him another chance just to see, might as well use him. But yeah, I was a little surprised they let him go quick, but hey, that's the name of the game. That's the way the business is. You got to win.
Going back in your career, after that Aldo fight, there was a lot of negative sentiment towards you just because of the way your game plan played out, and it's against, everybody's hero in Aldo. Now, though, you're getting finishes. You're putting on exciting fights against Umar. Despite it being a loss, you still, a great account for yourself. Do you feel like the tide is turning back with the fan base more in your favor?
Yeah, no, I feel like I've always put on exciting fights. You go, let's say 4 fights pre-Aldo and then the 3 post. Like, what's the outlier? It's Aldo, and he's done that a few times. He's done that with Merab. He did that with Volkanovski. This guy's a former world champion, 10 years undefeated, and he doesn't know how to get off the fence, So, yeah. But the tide is turning. Everyone's starting to see, that was kind of like a weird fluke. I'm going to go out there every time and give it the best shot, and whatever that looks like, whether you like it or not. I guess that's up to the fans, but I'm trying.
Yeah, after the fight, you mentioned Corey Sandhagen's name. Is that the fight that you want most, and is that what you're hoping to get next?
Yeah, I think that's the fight that makes the most sense for me right now. He's up above me in the rankings. He just came off the loss against Merab. And I think it makes for a great story. I just lost my debut to him. And I think it'd be
cool if, we fought and I was able to have that rematch.
What would be different in the rematch? Obviously, you've got a lot more experience now. Can you still hear us, Mario?
Yeah, I can still hear you barely. Sorry, my headphones ended up dying.
No worries. We hear you loud and clear. What would be the difference in this rematch? Like, obviously, you've got a lot more experience now. You've been able to get a lot more UFC fights under your belt. What would be the difference in the fight with Corey Sandhagen?
I think there'd be a pretty big difference. I'd have more time to prepare. Last time was on a week's notice. I have more time to prepare. Longer camp. I have more experience. I have bigger fights under my belt. I've been in big moments. I've had my main event. I prepared for a 5-round fight. So I'd be interested to see how that one went. And it could go the exact same way. I just need that redemption shot. I don't think it wouldn't sit right with me if I ended up passing him in the rankings and maybe like got a title shot by jumping over him and not getting that win back or not attempting to. So I would like to get that one back.
You're on this incredible run, obviously 9 of your last 10, the one loss being to Umar Nurmagomedov. Like you're killing it. You're a fighter's fighter. You always come game with exciting fights and everything like that. But man, when I was researching, like going through your Instagram and everything like that, like you obviously live, eat, breathe, sleep, training. Beyond training, like who is Mario Bautista? What do you like to do? What are the hobbies, man?
I've gone through many hobbies, dude. I think my most recent one was I was building a truck. I liked taking things apart, putting them together. I was building an old like 85 Silverado in my garage, but honestly, you can keep going and going with that. It ends up being a money pit, and it just takes time away from training and everything. So, but I think the next little trend thing I'm going to get on is, I want to get a motorcycle. I've been looking at some motorcycles like not Harley style. There's like an Indian bobber one that I was looking at. So maybe I'll start getting into those things. But if I was out in the country, man, I'd be having dirt bikes. I'd live like the Cowboy Cerrone style lifestyle. But at this moment, I'm just kind of in the middle of the career. So hobbies are just kind of on the back burner for a little bit.
Yeah, but it feels like it's in like the automotive vehicle lane. Are you into the riding, or is it only the building and the breaking apart and building back up? Or are you also like somebody who's an enthusiast about like going out on a long motorcycle ride?
No, I like riding, especially new things, and old stuff too. But if it's cheap and it's not going to be expensive, I'll tear that thing apart, and put it together. But no, I like the riding experience. I love like I just went to the Barrett-Jackson a couple of weeks ago here in Phoenix. I love looking at old vehicles, and I don't know where that comes from, to be honest. But
you weren't like a Motor Trend guy when you were a kid. You didn't have the magazines and all that.
Not the magazines, I'd have, it just would always be like on the channel, you'd watch the news and you'd just skip a few and then it'd just be on Motor Trend, and you see these guys like tear apart cars and go test drive them and bring them back to life. And it was just a cool thing. And my dad's has some old trucks and stuff. And even the first vehicle I had was like a 1980 Firebird right out of high school. So it's pretty cool things for me.
Yeah, that's sick, man. You watching Daytona 500 this weekend?
NASCAR, no, it has to be like some rally car stuff, like trophy truck stuff. If they just go in a circle, like
just turning left,
I guess
it's
that's
boring.
cool, but I like a little bit more action.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate the time, Mario. Winner of 9 of your last 10. Congratulations on the win. Beautiful masterclass performance on Saturday. We appreciate you joining us, man.
Awesome, guys. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mario.
Much love, Mario. Thanks again, man. 9 of his last 10, man. And he does make a good point, man. Look at the outlier. What's the one fight? Outlier. It's the Jose Aldo fight, and he makes a good point on, I kind of like a little bit of trash talk, just like bro can't get off the fence.
Yeah, bro can't get off the fence, and like you live with your decisions, right? He revealed here that like, heading into the Patchy Mix fight that he was compromised. I'm always fascinated by that, and that's why I wanted to ask him that, is like, there has to be this point, right, where you're a fighter and you've got this injury that you go, this is too severe to go on, or, I'm going to gut it out. I think I have a style matchup. Like you hear about Conor McGregor, his knees blown, in the Chad Mendes fight. And it's like, how can you be this close to realizing your dreams and make that gamble, but then it pays off and you make the gamble and you're successful in it? And it's like, if you pulled out, you never know if you would have gotten that opportunity again. You never know if you would have been able to achieve the things you achieved. It's a crazy kind of thing. And how often do we hear the fighters saying like, everybody goes in nicked up? Like there's nobody who's ever healthy. So I wonder if there's just this like baseline of like, I'm hurt, but I'm gonna be in it no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, fascinating stuff. At the end of the day, I still think the lock dog going for it was going to be a mistake.
Yeah, he might have been too compromised, and combined with that bad weight cut,
and then the triple parlay of adding in the step up competition to a level of Mario Bautista.
Yeah.
Him versus Corey Sandhagen. If Sandhagen doesn't do Sean O'Malley, that would be a great fight. I like the redemption story of Mario Bautista trying to avenge his debut loss.
100%, and I think he is every bit as good. Like, I thought Lock Dog was elite level, right? We have, I guess it remains to be seen because of all the potential things that he was facing heading into it. I don't know if this was the best account of him. I'd be interested to see, but he might be a featherweight moving forward anyway, so it's almost irrelevant whether he was a top bantamweight. I thought he could be. There's no doubt in my mind that Mario Bautista is, right? I know. The proof is in the pudding on Mario Bautista. There's no mystery around this. The fight that he gave to Umar Nurmagomedov and the wins that he has over the rest of the field, to me, tells me like this guy is championship level. Now, is he going to have a tough time with a guy like Umar? Is he going to have a tough time with a guy like Merab? Might he even have a tough time against a guy like Petr Yan? Maybe. But I would dare argue that they're going to have a very tough time against him as well, as we saw in the Umar fight. Like, this was not a showcase fight for Umar Nurmagomedov. He had to really dig, and Mario Bautista had his moments there. I believe he could be championship level. I don't know if he ends up being a champion just from the perspective that, like, it's hard to know in this division. There's so many good guys. You might be holding that belt for one fight before it changes hands, right? Petr Yan might rematch Sean O'Malley. He could lose it. He might rematch Merab. He could lose it. Umar might get another opportunity. He might capture it. There's so many good guys at bantamweight. It's very difficult to see who's going to be like a long reigning champion. But I think Mario Bautista is somebody whose name belongs in that mix very much. Like, I believe in his skills.
Still just 32 years old, 1993 baby, shout out.
Yeah.
We were actually born just 15 days apart, kind of crazy. But man, that line is long at bantamweight, you're not kidding. Petr with the belt, Merab is due a rematch at some point. Umar obviously has the win over him. Sean O'Malley, Corey Sandhagen, Song Yadong, Ayman Zahabi, Figgy, and then Mario Bautista. I feel like he should be above Figgy.
Yeah.
Either way, he's on an incredible tear. 11-3 in the UFC, 9-1 in his last 10. We really appreciate him joining the show. You're with us, the boys in the back, here on a Tuesday, because Ariel is still away at the Olympics. Today, from him, no hot takes, but he does have a couple of very special announcements. So let's head out to Livigno, Italy, for a very big news breaking from Ariel. Take it away, man.
Buongiorno, friends. Buongiorno. I miss you all so very much. Great show on Monday. Shout out to the boys for conducting that amazing interview with the ageless wonder, Andrei Arlovsky. I still can't get over the fact that we're talking about him as one of the biggest stories of 2026 so far, considering everything he's been through. And, you know, the cancer stuff, I hardly knew any of that. So shout out to you guys, enjoying everything you're doing from afar. I don't have too many hot takes today, but I did want to come on and make two very exciting announcements, all right? One's a big time announcement. So, as you guys know, and I'm talking to the boys in the back and the whole crew, Andy, Jordan, Frank, everyone, but of course the audience as well. We had a lot of goals when we launched Uncrowned. We wanted to have the studio shows, check. We wanted to have the audio pods, check. .com, check, crushing it. Shout out to Shaheen and the whole team over there. Then we introduced Uncrowned Films, more on that in a moment. Shout out to Casey doing his thing. And then the next item on the list was having other podcasts, not just the ones that we're doing, a whole podcast network, if you will, a family of podcasts. And so I am very excited to announce that today, Tuesday, February 10th, will be the launch of our brand new wrestling podcast. It is entitled The Uncrowned Wrestling Show. I can't wait for this. It drops every Tuesday night, beginning tonight, February 10th. Audio only pod. It drops on our feed, the Ariel Helwani Show feed, hosted by Jason Solomon. I have been waiting and looking around for about a year, trying to find the right voice, the right person to host this show. If you're a wrestling fan, you may be familiar with Jason's work. He goes by the Solomonster. He's got a great YouTube channel. Go check it out. Does an amazing job of covering pro wrestling, in my opinion, and not doing it in a biased way. He's down the middle, talks about the good, bad, and ugly of all the different promotions. Great set of pipes, like an amazing set of pipes on this guy. and he's now a member of the team. He will be the host, the one and only host of the Uncrowned Wrestling Show, which once again drops every Tuesday night beginning tonight. You'll get it on the same feed that you get this show, audio only. So podcast feed, please follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And it'll be a weekly pod, about an hour or so for now, looking at the biggest news, the biggest storylines, the biggest items from around the world of pro wrestling. Soon to come, can't announce it just yet, a boxing show, which won't be hosted by me, by other people, will be added to the mix as well. So we'll have the wrestling show, we'll have my show, Boys in the Back, The Crack, and soon to come, a boxing show as well. We are growing, my friends, we are growing. So can't wait for that. Please do check it out, follow, like, subscribe, and give a big, hearty welcome to Jason Solomon, AKA the Sala Monster, for joining the Uncrowned family. So excited about that. One more item before I go. As you know, the cadence, the schedule is a little bit different since I'm here in Italy. Monday, Boys in the Back. Tuesday, Boys in the Back. Thursday, Boys in the Back. Friday, Crack. Wednesdays, Uncrowned Films. So that means tomorrow we have a new Uncrowned film for all of you. My man Casey and Ben Folks went to a referee and judging seminar, which was not open to media or the public. We kind of went incognito, undercover. It was back in January, headed up by Big John McCarthy and Sean Wheelock. And we got to see what the referees do as far as dissecting, debating, talking about rules, regulations, controversial moments, really fascinating insight into the world of MMA officiating. We're calling it MMA Confidential, Inside Officiating. You'll hear a lot from Big John McCarthy. He's kind of the main character in all of this. It's a great look, and I think you'll get a greater appreciation for what these men and women do, referees and judges. Talk about some eye pokes and scoring and all that stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, and obviously it's been a hot topic as of late, I think you'll really dig this. So that is going to come out at 1 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, right here on the channel. We'll premiere it for all of you. Hope you'll check it out either live or after the fact. And then we'll have another one for you next Wednesday as well. Speaking of that Inside Officiating doc, here is a look at it. Check it out.
But here we have a fight. You can see this is an evil son of a bitch, just by the look on his face. We're going to just watch this, see what occurs, and talk about it. Everyone that says that Khamzat Chimaev won this, 10-9, step over this way. Come on. Everyone that says he won it 10-8, step over that way. Let's go. Don't sit there and stand in one place. I told you to go 10-9 or 10-8. You should know where you're at, right? So let's go. I got all my 10-8s over here, all my 10-9s over here. Tell me why it's a 10-9.
He controlled that whole round. He had 100.
Are you sure that he controlled that whole round? Okay.
But he did not diminish him in any way. He
Okay.
walks into that one. He pops up. He walks back to his corner. He looks like he did when he walked in.
All right, guys, that does it for me from here in beautiful Livigno, Italy. I hope you've been enjoying the games. It's been great. There's actually a big USA-Canada women's hockey game today, so who's to check. Hopefully the ladies in red do their thing. We've had a couple of medalists already for Canada. Actually, as of right this second, Canada and USA have the same amount of medals. How about that? I mean, we're the size of California and we're on par with you guys. That's a little bit weird. I went skiing earlier today. I'm having a great time. I hear it's freezing over there. I miss you all very much. I'll be back in no time. But in case you're wondering, I'm having the time of my life. And again, shout out to Cam and Aaron here, boots on the ground, helping me shoot this way nicer than on my phone. That didn't look very good. All right, that does it for me. Buonasera from Italia.
This time with the Canadian flag pulling up, obviously covering it for the CBC. We appreciate that, Ariel. Video looks great again. 2 big announcements.
Yeah.
Uncrowned Wrestling Show. Shout out.
Yeah.
Love the Sala Monster.
So shout out to Sala Monster. Love the retro vibe, right? The logo. Super retro. Frank and Ariel landed on some great retro music. And then Uncrowned Films coming tomorrow. Like, we got a little slice of Big John holding court. Super interesting look at MMA officiating and the seminar run by Big John. Shout out to Casey for putting that one together. we got some good stuff for people. I mean, we're doing interviews today. We got Uncrowned Films. We got the launch of wrestling. Ariel teases a boxing show coming at some point in the near future. Don't let us get some motion, you know?
The network is growing. The Uncrowned Network is growing. An update on that hockey game that he mentioned. Women's USA leading Canada 2-0.
Oh. Do they go nil in hockey?
No. I think it's just 2-0.
Okay.
But shout out to our Stars and Stripes. Unfortunately, and shout out to our man Sammy in the chat.
Unfortunately,
one of our big supporters. Sweden has taken gold in the mixed.
Oh, I see why Sammy would have.
Sammy's hype. USA loses. It is tough. It's tough, Terrence. It's tough. How about Big John in that promo? This is one evil son of a bitch right here. Like, all right.
I mean, to be fair, when you look at Hamza in that crouch stance when he does that face, he just looks like, something from hell coming to get you.
And then he's like, all right, 10-9 over here, 10-8 over here. Move! I didn't tell you to sit around.
He is a ref, man. He's got that authoritative command of the room. Shout out to Big John. That looked like a lot of fun. Some nice little fun moments in this. Well, obviously, I've had a chance to watch it and work on it. Casey got some great stuff, and Casey even getting involved at one point in the action, which is going to be exciting.
I can't wait to see it. Like I watch bits and pieces during the editing process, but at one point I was like, I just have to wait till this comes out.
There's a lot of back and forth, right? There's a lot of edits made. Then you kind of see the final product, and I think it came out very well.
I think it's going to be great. Casey, always fantastic, and it's the newest iteration of the Uncrowned doc series. I mean, we got the show programming, the podcasts, the documentaries. Don't forget about the editorial on crown.com.
Crown.com.
You're home for it all. Always. I mean, boxing, wrestling, MMA, filmmaking.
What'd you say?
Filmmaking.
The
documentaries. I said.
I don't know. I wasn't sure for a second.
Who's the check?
Shout out to Ben Folks, who has some accompanying pieces from the refereeing seminar that go with. When we were at ESPN, they would have the magazine. They'd do a podcast on the ESPN Daily. They'd roll out a video, and they'd have this comprehensive kind of 360 version of the rollout for the biggest stories. We've got it here. Don't you worry.
Don't sleep on Crown Magazine up next. Get your subscriptions.
That one's tough. Huh? Print's tough. Print's tough. Print is tough.
I wanted like the old school Spider-Man. We have a bunch of writers out there, photographers. It'll be great. All right, we will answer some more questions in just a little bit. Shout out to Ariel for those announcements. But before that, we are now joined by the reigning WBO WBA Junior Middleweight Champion, Xander Zayas. Xander, thanks so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate the time, brother.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me. It's amazing being here, and I'm excited.
Yeah, man, we're excited as well. We're not going to bury the lead, though. You were part of the most viewed Super Bowl halftime show ever on Sunday. How did that come to be, man? How did that happen?
Man, I have a great relationship with Benito, Bad Bunny, and his team, and they made they came to us a couple weeks before my fight and asked me if I wanted to be in the halftime show because he wanted to have fighters in it. And obviously we told him yes right away, but that the main focus was getting the win on January 31st. And right after we did that, we bought the plane tickets and boarded the plane for Super Bowl.
What's the lead up to this like? What's the preparation for getting ready to have this big moment? Like, what was the day of like is probably the most interesting part.
Man, the day of was a very, very big energy from not just me, but from everybody in the cast, all the dancers, all the models, all the actors, even Benito. Everybody was just so amped up when we got there, when we're setting up, when we're waiting for the music to start dropping. Everybody is just so anxious and so ready to go, fired up. You could tell it was just an amazing atmosphere.
And so what are you doing in the hours before? Like, are you guys rehearsing? Are you actually like prepping the punches or what is it like?
No, so to be honest, we rehearsed throughout the whole week, all the way to Thursday, I believe it was. Friday, Saturday off. And Sunday it was game time. And to be honest, we were just in the campers, just playing dominoes and just chilling, just trying to stay cool, calm, and collected. And he did that very well. It kind of reminded me of when I'm going into fight night, just in the locker room, just trying to stay as cool as possible. And the way he does it is by playing dominoes. He'd have fun with that, and that's what we did.
Man, you mentioned the celebrities. We saw the pictures. You're with Lady Gaga. I saw you with J Balvin. I'm a diehard Braves fan. I saw you with Ronald Acuna out there. Like the celebrities that were part of this, and you're getting to mingle with them. It's incredible.
Yes. No, it's amazing. Obviously, being a part of it, and being able to go to a couple events, I got to meet some great people. Obviously, J Balvin, like you mentioned, Ronald Acuna, Lady Gaga. I was actually surprised that most of these artists and big athletes knew who I was, knew my name. Obviously, J Balvin, when I come up to him, he's like, "Oh, you're the fighter, right?" It was insane. Ricky Martin did the same thing. Ricky Martin, when he met me, he was like, "Man, you're Xander Zayas, man. That's amazing." It was insane. Great experience. It was beautiful to be part of such a historic event, and I can't wait for what the future holds.
Man, let's go back just 1 week prior. You win the WBA belt against Abas Baru in Puerto Rico. And then we're talking about an 8-day span here. You win the WBA belt and then go perform at the halftime show. Like, how much of a whirlwind of a week for this for you?
This has been the biggest 2 weeks of my life. The very, very 2 special weeks. Obviously, making history in my island, becoming the youngest unified world champion in the world right now. The first Puerto Rican to become unified in the island, the youngest Puerto Rican to do it. And then literally hours later doing that, not being able to have time with the family or to celebrate, jumping in a plane straight to San Francisco, making sure I was there on Monday for the first rehearsal. Man, it was incredible. It was crazy to think about. It was insane to put into words and perspective, but we did it. We made it happen, and we made history yesterday one more time.
Yeah.
Or Sunday.
Exactly. It's incredible the kind of path you've been on. What's the story that we didn't see? Like, what's the craziest thing that happened behind the scenes? The most famous person that walked in? Like, what's the thing that blew even your mind? Because you're sitting here, there's Lady Gaga there, there's Ricky Martin there. What's the craziest thing that you saw or experienced?
Being able to meet Lady Gaga for the first time. I remember we were in the campers and she's in the camper next to me, and I go out the camper and she's literally walking towards her camper, and I literally stopped like, wow, Lady Gaga just walked in front of me. And then like meeting Ricky Martin when I go up to him, because obviously he's a legend in the music industry and in Puerto Rico. And when I went up to him and he knew who I was, that was incredible. That was a very, very special moment because I didn't expect him to even knew my name, and then he knew who I was. He was very, very happy to see me, and that was a very special moment.
Following up on that, now what's the craziest text you received from one of your friends, from your family, from somebody you know when they saw you in the Super Bowl at the halftime? Like, what's been the craziest reaction?
So definitely the only person that knew in my team was my dad, because he was the one communicating with everybody. So I kind of told everybody, hey, I got to go do some business. I got to take care of some jobs, like media and stuff, just became the youngest unified. So everybody kind of understood. And then I kind of like mislead everybody. I was like, I posted a story like I was in Tokyo, then Los Angeles. So everybody was like, what is going on here? But so when it happened and they saw me, they were all like, man, Xander at this point is just doing side quests. that was funny.
You mentioned like your relationship with Bad Bunny. You're obviously signed to his Rima Sports, and we've seen you at concerts before and him propping up younger boxers along with you. What has it been like having support from a guy who's such a superstar?
Man, he's a big fan of the sport. He's a really big fan of the sport. He was actually watching my fight in his house in Los Angeles, January 31st. He couldn't attend to the fight because obviously he had the Grammys the very next day, plus all the rehearsals for SuperBowl. But he watched the fight. He was very, very happy. He's been really, really supportive of my career since, he knew who I was. And I got a great relationship with not just him, but his team. His team is a big part of all the history he's been making, all the history he's been doing. And they have a great relationship with me, and they're a big fan of the sport. So it was pretty easy.
a massive opportunity for a top-ranked boxer. And the weekend before, we saw a lot of top-ranked talent representing. What's the latest you can tell us about Top Rank? How your involvement, any potential, things that you're hearing about when they might have a broadcast deal and your next fight and all those things?
I think we're all on the same page right now. We're just waiting, being patient. What I do know is that they already made a call to Matchroom and Team Josh Kelly, because that's who I want to face next. That's what I told them that I wanted to do. I wanted to collect a third belt. So I know they did that. We're waiting on response from Josh Kelly's team, and hopefully we can make something happen for the summer.
Is the goal to be undisputed? Is the goal to get all the belts? That says it all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, just little by little, step by step. The next step, hopefully, is Josh Kelly. That's what I want. That's what he wants, because he's also said the same thing. So we're both on the same page. Now is making sure that it gets done. And then after that, seeing what's next, and hopefully Sebastian Fundora right after I win that belt.
You just got the fight in your in front of a home crowd in Puerto Rico. Do you have a preference on where that Josh Kelly fight takes place?
Man, definitely it must be in the United States. Neutral ground, kind of for both of us. Me being Puerto Rican, him being from England. I don't think it'll take place either in England or in Puerto Rico. But here in the United States, it's something that we can make happen for sure.
You're killing it in the ring, man, but I see you hooping as well. I saw you with a Puerto Rican jersey on. I saw you had like a celeb game at the Miami Heat. Like, what are we thinking? Maybe Puerto Rican national team in 2028?
Man, I could do it all. You guys have seen me play ball, obviously box. You guys have seen me act just at the Super Bowl. I could do a little bit of everything. I feel like, wherever you put me, I'll shine. But yeah, maybe I could try out for the national team and make it.
A renaissance, man. Could you imagine? I also saw you got a mural at the Boys and Girls Club in Puerto Rico. You got to speak with those children, man. How special was that?
Man, that's where I come from. That's where I come from. That's my place. That's where I grew up at. And being able to have the honor of having a mural on my name or for me, man, it's amazing, because it shows me that all my hard work, all my dedication, all my work ethic is paying off, and good things happen to good people. Good things happen to those who wait and work for it. And I've been doing that, and I just want to show the same love and respect to those kids that I was shown and brought up with.
I saw a video of you getting to meet Felix Tito Trinidad, obviously a Puerto Rican legend, man. How special was that to see?
Man, so that first moment, that was the first time I met him as an adult. I did have a picture with him as a kid, but I didn't really remember or knew who Tito Trinidad was at that moment. So now, as an adult and understanding what Tito Trinidad means to boxing, to Puerto Rico, and to just the history of it, it was amazing. So that was my first time meeting him. I got emotional, because that's like meeting your superhero, that's like a kid meeting Spider-Man for the first time or something. It's like, man, that's my guy. So yes, he was very, very emotional moment, very, very good moment, special. And he got to go to my fight. So that was very, very nice.
It's incredible. Xander, thanks so much for the time, man. We really appreciate it. You're killing it. You said last week was the best week of your life so far. I'm sure you got more in the future. Best of luck with the Josh Kelly fight. We really appreciate the time, man.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks again, Xander. Man.
Wow.
A whirlwind. What a
week. What a week of time. He said 2 weeks, because obviously he's like preparing for the fight. Yeah. He's got the fight week, but
from January 31st to February 8th. Like, you can't do much better. I think maybe the only person that did better was Bad Bunny, who hosted the Super Bowl halftime show and then won the Grammy the Monday prior. But man, at just 23 years old, he is absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, and the fact that, he's going up to legends like Ricky Martin, and Ricky Martin knows he's the young Puerto Rican boxer. Like, the sky is the limit for a guy of this age to be this good. As he said, the youngest unified champion right now, one of the youngest champions in boxing history. Like, man, it is crazy what the expectations are for somebody who's been this successful for so young. And every time the expectations ratchet up, he's kind of met the challenge. So, yeah, I mean, undisputed gold seems like almost like an inevitability at this point. He wants the Josh Kelly fight. Fundora is another, like, he's the guy so far.
I did like how you asked about Top Rank, and he just said,
no, I asked about unification.
Oh, yes, getting all the belts, and he just hit the smile.
He hit the smile.
That was fantastic. Sky really is the limit for him.
His family not knowing except for his dad?
Crazy.
The dad keeping that secret must
Imagine all of them, it was the Leo meme.
Yeah. Not even. I wonder if they even like clock it, because like you're not expecting to see your family member, friend, person that you recognize. I wonder if in the moment they were even able to like process it.
Yeah. I have to say, first boxer we've had on the Boys in the Back. He is the official
boxer of
boxer in the back now.
He's the boxer.
The official boxer in the back. Xander Zayas representing Puerto Rico. We really appreciate
him. He's got the look. He's got the smile. He's got the skills.
He's got the swagger, bro.
He can play ball. He can act, as he said. He can box. Man.
He's killing it, man. He's killing it. All right, let's answer a few more questions before we get out of here.
On the nose with the boys.
All right,
who's starting?
I pulled out a few. All right,
It's been a minute since I got to read one.
All right,
okay, go ahead, dude.
Hey, boys in my crack.
Oh, Jesus.
Rank these. I should really read these first. Hey, boys in my crack. Rank these different types of nicotine tobacco products.
Okay.
Oh, this is great.
Nicotine pouches.
Glad you did this one.
How many are there? Frank?
There are 6.
Nicotine pouches, 4.
Chewing tobacco.
6.
Vapes/dispos.
And it's nicotine?
Yes, sir.
3, but I don't love it there.
Nicotine patches. Does anyone do that?
That's a 6, so I'll put 5.
Legendary Mexico Pall Malls.
Oh, shout out. Now, does that encompass our cigarettes or?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Pall Mall is a brand of cigarette.
No, I know that. I'm saying is he going to also be like a Marlboro Red later?
Got you.
You don't know.
Oh, you're still not answering. Okay, I'll go 1 for the Pall Malls.
And lastly, cigars.
2. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I don't mind that ranking.
Take it away, Rick.
I have to say really quick, we have a potential break coming up here. Some people taking some trips. I'm thinking about going to Europe, specifically Ireland. Shout out.
Oh,
Pizzi on the horn.
That breaking news?
Well, normally
on the blower.
I got to hit up Pizzi on the blower. Normally I check in with him. I think he thinks that I want to stay with him. So he's like, things just aren't great, man. I'm 1,000% getting a hotel, like no questions asked. I think he thinks I want to crash with him. So it's really just me being like, these are the days I'll be there. Anyway.
Wait, this conversation already happened and he kind of...
No soul.
Last year.
Oh, okay.
And he told me...
Got it.
For personal reasons, don't come out. I think he thought I wanted to crash with him.
Got it.
I will be getting a hotel 1,000%. I'm at the age now where I prefer hotels over crashing.
You also don't want to stay in the hood, as we know from Paul Hughes.
Exactly. Crashed with one of my boys last year. No shade. Got stuck in a bunk bed in a house full of cats. I'm allergic to cats. And by like the last day, I was like, get me the fuck out of here. I'm only staying in hotels now. So that's my rule. Anyway, I say all this to say, I dream of a far off land at the beginning of spring where I'm in Ireland on a beautiful Irish morning, green glistening everywhere, sitting at a cafe, smoking a heater, sunglasses on.
Is Pizzi by your side?
Pizzi, hopefully by my side. He will be invited to everything that I do.
Elaine, Reg.
Come on,
no
Elaine.
problem, mate.
I'll take Reg for the weekend. Someone, we've been off work for 5 or 6 days. Someone comes to me and they're like, GC? It's like, haven't heard that name in years.
Used to be.
Yeah, I used to be. Oh, man. But just imagining it. Anyway, I think I might be going to Ireland.
I want that for you very badly because during that same time, I'll be in my happy place and it'll be great.
Oh, it'll be great.
A little reset.
Great. I've never been to Ireland, so I'm dying to go. Pizzi, clear the calendar. I'm crashing.
This is the way he finds out.
No,
30 million for the kitchen scrap.
I will get a hotel, but I will go to his place at one point. I want to see the attic.
I think you play it where you are vague and he thinks you're going to crash again and see what his reaction is. Before you tell him you're booking the hotel, just like, Pizzi, I'm coming to town.
Coming to Ireland.
Yeah, and see how he plays it.
We're really swamped. I got to work in the garden.
Perfect. I do remember the garden talks last year. Perfect segue here. Irish Lad asks, hey guys, there have only been 5 featherweight champs in UFC history, and the consensus opinion is that it is between Aldo and Volk for the best ever. But when you take into account the achievements, losses in other divisions, how would you rate the 5 champs all-time pound for pound, not just featherweight, if all their careers ended today? So, Aldo, Max, Conor, Volk, and Ilya. So what he's saying is we're counting Ilya getting a second belt, right? We're not just ranking featherweight achievements.
Okay.
Conor, we're counting getting a second belt and all the things he did. Wins at 70 as well.
Can we talk about like the greatest champion?
Aldo, bantamweight.
Yeah. The greatest champion lineage.
It is by far. Each of these five names is God tier.
5.
Yeah.
There's only been 5.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's like almost impossible to rank.
They could go on an MMA Mount Rushmore and nobody'd be like, what the fuck is this?
And then you have like the circular Ilya has a win over Volk and Max. Volk has a win over Aldo. Conor has a win over Aldo.
3 wins over Max as well.
Volk has 3 wins over Max. Like you're doing like all this MMA math. Wow. It's almost impossible to rank these. Do you go, as crazy as it sounds, do you go max 5?
Yes.
I think you go max 5.
You do.
I think you go, wow. I think max at 5.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, please.
We're saying he's asking pound for pound, but it's also a career. Like, let's not do the best fighter. Let's do the career accomplishments, and I will agree with you that I think max is 5.
Because like, how can you rank Volk above Ilya? I guess because you're just going by career thing.
It's all like, career.
But like Ilya,
the
career is still being written.
So do it current day. Maybe he is behind Volk, but maybe in the future he can pass.
And then like the argument of like what Conor did for the sport.
Nah. Let's do fights.
All right.
But he was a two division champion simultaneously.
How do you put Aldo above Conor? Because Conor sparked him. Max, Jose, Conor, Volk, Ilya.
This is where I say the head-to-head is not always the best determining factor when you're talking greatness. Wait, what was your list?
I just said Max, Jose, Conor, Volk, Ilya.
Volk, Ilya. So Conor over Aldo.
It's just the 13 seconds stuck in my head. 2 belts. But like across his career, Jose had what, 10 title defenses? 9 title defenses?
I'm going... Yeah. Aldo has to be 1.
Aldo 1? Because I think Volk is making a serious argument for featherweight GOAT.
He might be getting close, but I still have Aldo. Maybe he passed him, but Aldo also has a career at bantamweight.
Nearly is undefeated, 2 belts.
I know, but the undefeated is not a resume. Like,
I know. It has to be part of the resume, though.
Okay, which is more significant?
Yeah.
2 belts or the long title reign of Aldo?
Yeah.
Which do you favor?
I don't know. They're both incredible.
They're both incredible achievements.
I think
this is one of the tougher ones.
Top 5 on this is one of the hardest.
I'm going Aldo, Volk, Conor, Ilya, Max. Aldo, Volk, Conor, Ilya, Max. I don't rate the double champ as high as I would rate longevity in the sport and knocking off contenders. Also, if you do the best wins, man, it's really hard to argue with Volk's. Like, he has fought everybody, and the 3 wins over Max are insanely impressive. The only reason Aldo at the top is just, it's hard to argue with, like, when Aldo was in his prime, everybody was food. Everybody was just food. And it would be, I would have loved to see prime Aldo versus some of these guys. Max is the one who I think got him at the time where it was like, holy shit, Max Holloway beat Jose Aldo like pillar to post. Conor obviously flash KO'd him.
I know that's just the issue. Is like
it's hard.
We're putting Jose 1
above guys who,
but he has a loss to Conor and knockout in 13 seconds. 2 losses.
We're
to
just
Max
doing
Holloway,
careers
lost
though.
To Volkanovski. He's lost to everyone.
We're doing careers.
He's 0-4 against the other ones. How can we possibly put him 1?
Because it's not about the featherweight history. It's about the entire career.
But that's in your career. It's 4 losses to the other guys on the list.
I get it. It's head-to-head is not the... I would hear the argument for, as you said, you could shuffle this deck however you want. You're going to prioritize, certain things. I think there are many people who would say going up and getting double champ status puts them higher, right? I would argue otherwise, but I think there's many people who would say like an Ilya and a Conor deserve to have preferential placement because of the fact that they were able to go up and do it at
because it has to be the entire career, because if it isn't, then you can't really include Conor and Ilya because they had one defense.
It has to be the career. It can't
so
just be featherweight.
We have to see.
Ilya's the one that's like.
We have to see Volk's career finish being written, and we have to see Ilya. Volk could get 2 more title defenses.
And Max.
Yeah, and Max is still going.
And Conor.
Conor's still kicking. Hadn't fought in almost 5 years, but like he's still there.
This is a good question. It's very tough. I like this better than like who's the best featherweight conversation, because that I do think is Aldo and Volk. And at this point, it's like it's neck and neck. This one's more interesting because of the significance of what Conor and Ilya were able to do outside of the division. But win for win, it's very hard to match Volk's resume. It's very, very hard. With the names that he's beaten and lost to, right? As I said when we were doing the tit for tat with Ariel, where he loves the tit for tat, losing to Islam Makhachev ain't no anything to me. Like, that is, you're losing to the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world, one of the greatest of all time. Getting knocked out by Ilya Topuria. There's 2 guys who I think are all-time greats on this list that have had happen to them. It's an interesting round robin there.
Yeah.
But I think the most important takeaway, the featherweight champions of the UFC is you are a god. You are a living legend if you can enter this category.
For sure. It's almost like whoever gets it next has to live up to it.
You better be fucking amazing.
It has to live up to it. Movsar Evloev.
You better win 10 fucking fights after
undefeated. All right. Great question. Here we go. Mysterious Hank.
Oh.
Seems suspicious off top. Hey, boys, and an extra hello to the real king, Mysterious Frank. I'm wondering why almost everyone on the show, particularly GC and Ariel, seem to dislike when Frank chimes in or adds a little bit of spice with his soundboard. This seems suspicious. Isn't that his job? To me, he's bar none the funniest and most relatable person on the show, even with how mysterious he is.
It's a great point.
Just talking about Frank and me reading makes me not be able to read. Anyways, stay true to yourself, Frank. These normies don't got nothing on you. Love the show. Love the boys. Love Frank's pound for pound lists. I hope the other boys just realize what they got in you, Frank, before it's too late. Is this
What's
a
going on?
threat from your burner, Frank? Is this your letter of resignation
Classic
from your burner?
GC. Oh, someone's talking about Frank. It must be Frank.
I mean, it's just like just glowing praise of you. Isn't that his job? You said that to me. You were like, "Hey man, why do you always shit on me when I talk on the air? Isn't that my job?" This feels Mysterious Hank too. You could have gone at least like 1 notch further off.
Wow, he's gone silent.
Oh, now he doesn't want to say.
Beaten into submission.
All right, Frank, you're up.
Yeah. How do you follow that up?
I got one. Tom Math asks, "What's up, boys in the back? What do you think about a Bilal Muhammad without the sex award for the backies next year?" I think we had that, no?
Yeah, it was the best young prospect.
The Bilal Muhammad, best young prospect. It should be for the shittiest pre-thought line that they thought was going to go hard. This year's nominee already, Dina, pumped up Mr. Clean, call out of the UFC.
David Goldenberg.
Shout out.
Dino, pumped up Mr. Clean. Dana White. All-timer. Duopi says, indica or sativa? Rick sounds like he has a monster living inside of his nasal cavity.
I think those are separate, right? Like indica or sativa. Rick sounds.
What are you, Frankie? Indica or sativa?
Which one's the mellow?
Couch.
Yeah, indica is Indicouch. That's how you do it.
And what's the other effect of the sativa? Like, what does that get
like
you? Buzzy?
More bubble. Yeah. More paranoid.
More pep.
Oh, I like the other one.
Shadow people come out.
People come out.
Let me get.
Heart starts beating. You wonder why you said that thing.
Who likes that? Organized. Why is that a one?
Well, if you're like out at a party, you don't want to be in the couch.
I don't want to be high at a party. I'm not going to.
But do you want to also be like paranoid?
I mean, that's not all. Like, that's if you've had a little too much. But these days, too much is just looking at the shit.
Yeah, me too, for sure. How about this? Sander K. Guys, about the PLE pay-per-view numbered event drama, why don't we just call them UFC Ennies? Short and sweet like PLE.
Ennies? Numbered
events. Okay. Ennies.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I suggested that, and Ariel said, absolutely not.
I've honestly I've still been calling them pay-per-views.
Absolutely not on that.
I don't know when I'm going to switch over to numbered event.
Oh, here's a good one. Ready? Matt from Salt Lake City. GC blind rank these 5 Winter Olympic events.
Okay, I love it. Love Winter Olympics.
Biathlon.
5.
Hockey.
1.
Doubles luge.
Ooh, the luge is crazy. The Germans dominate. We'll go 3.
Snowboarding slope style.
Yeah, 2.
The people's main event, curling.
4. I don't mind that. By the way, it hasn't started yet. My horse for the Summer Olympics in 2024 was Denmark handball, plus 175, easy. This year, it is Great Britain men's curling, plus 110. I think that gets going tomorrow afternoon against China. They're bringing back all their sweepers. They're a complete team. Yeah.
He also adds, forgot to recommend this when Alex Honnold climbed the skyscraper, but highly suggest the Alpinist documentary if you like free solo. Love the takeover, BITB. Keep it up, fellas.
Oh, I'd love to watch it. I'm down for any like Jimmy Chen style mountaineering doc. It's incredible. The name that was escaping me, Bruce Moat, curling goat for Great Britain. Yeah.
How about this one? Shama Wee-Wees. Ariel / I'm guessing maybe BITB. You guessed correctly. It's BITB. I left a voicemail last week after learning of my mom's cancer diagnosis. Trey from South Dakota. Shout out to you, Trey. Thank you for opening up with us like that, and hope the family's doing well. All the kind words mean the world. To be laughing through tears during last week's BITB when New York Rick, King of Hot Takes, says the 64 was the best console. Never change. Stand by it. 64 is the best console.
Shout out to the 64.
Tears also streamed down my face watching the Pitbull, Andrei Arlovsky, win the BKFC title after beating stage 4 cancer at the same age my mom currently is. Wow, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even put that together.
Incredible.
Absolute legend. Which leads me to my OTN purpose. Please have Pizzi if present or the Hot Take King. Oh, shit. This one's for me. All right, we're going to do it for you.
Okay.
Blind rank these post-UFC career resurgences 1 through 5. So after they left the UFC, rank the post-career. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5.
Okay, this is going to be good.
Smilin' Sam Alvey.
4.
Platinum Mike Perry.
Oh, I'm going to leave 1 open, but 2. Like, we're talking about a guy who was like 8 and 9 in the UFC.
Yeah. It's been
and then
great
became a fucking superstar at BKFC. That might be 1.
Meatball Molly McCann.
5.
The Pitbull Andrei Arlovsky.
I'm going to hope for someone big that I'm not thinking of. I'll go 3 for Andrei Arlovsky.
I think he might have pulled it off. Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson.
Oh, Jesus. With the YouTube game, Demetrius Johnson 1. I nailed that ranking and the Winter Olympic Games to a T. That's what I would have ranked them, not blind.
Your strategy of leave 1 open is very interesting. I don't have that in me.
You just got to know.
Because I can't have number 1 being like some bullshit, but you
nailed both those. Nailed both those. Here we go. Mr. Mysterious Balls. Hello, the BITB and whoever is not on vacation on the woke front bench.
Oh.
What is the UFC's best path forward for the heavyweight division? Some suggestions. Merge with light heavyweight. No, you can't do that because that eliminates the point of weight classes. Rule changes for heavyweight, such as shorter fight time, 5 1-minute rounds. I mean, that would be insane that we're amending the rules because these guys are just fucking fat heifers who just gas out in 30 seconds.
That's a commission thing that would never go.
Cut them all and be done with it. As much as I'd like that, this is the glamour division. Come on. 4, never make heavyweight fights until 1 or 2 nights in a year, making a tournament with the 8 or so best. Yeah, I like just stack it a heavyweight card heavy and put it at elevation.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No. Hell no, please.
Actually, put it at fucking sea level, below sea level. Put it in the swamp every time.
Shout out Sea Level Kane, legend. All right. How do we feel? How many did we get to? 26? That's not bad.
Do we have any more? GC, you like
rookie numbers.
You like taking steps, huh? How many steps you average in a week? You stepping 10K steps 7 days a week?
Who said this? What's the name?
This is Mitch from Perth. Shout out to Perth. That'd be a great walk-in city. I average 15K steps a day for the last year and currently averaging 17K steps a day for this year. Just a little competitive motivation for you. God bless. See you on the footpath.
See you at the top.
Love that. I'm just a 10K. I'm just a 10K guy. I go to the gym as well, so But I just like to do the 10K because it forces me to get active. Sometimes if I just sit my fat ass on the couch for the rest of the night, it makes me get up and walk around. Do have to say, real sad, real pathetic. In the winter, especially here in New York, it is so frigid. It has been like 10, 11 degrees, feels like negative 15 out. On Saturday, I left my house and I went to the grocery store and I was carrying the groceries back. And I legit, I thought I was starting to get frostbite. My hands were hurting so bad. I got into the house and my hands were they were killing me. They hurt so bad. So yeah, in the winter, I pace back and forth in my apartment. It's great. Last night, I had to knock out 2,800 steps in my apartment, just pacing back and forth from wall to wall. It is the definition of tough. I cannot wait for spring to spring.
It's tough.
You'll be in Dublin. You'll be hanging out with Pizzi.
I want to remember this right now, this moment, Tuesday, February 10th, when I post the picture on X and Instagram of me and Pizzi at a cafe smoking a heater in the Irish Spring sunshine.
All right, you're on fire with the blind rankings. We got another one.
Okay,
ready?
Here we go. One more. Can I finish?
Hoochie. Blind rank these, fellas in the rear, by the way. Blind rank these bar watches 1 through 5.
Fellas in the rear is fantastic. Love a good bar watch. Here we go.
Professional tag.
5.
Professional cornhole.
What is this? 4.
This is very Ocho coded, you know?
Yeah. What is this? These are fucking
ping pong
games. Ping pong can be great, especially if it gets competitive, and especially if you're betting on it. Shout out to the Chinese men's team back at the Olympics in 2024. I'll go 2.
Shout out Marty Supreme.
Shout out Marty Supreme. I'll go 2. Ping pong can get crazy.
Strongman comp.
Ooh, if you're at the bar and you're having some brews, I'm down, but I'm still gonna go 3 just in case if there's a good one.
A UFC Apex card.
1. I don't mind those rankings once again.
I'm having strongman on there.
Okay, here's the thing.
Pujanowski fucking throwing kegs over the wall.
I'm with you. That's great. Sometimes those aren't live. You can't get the wages down. Actually, the best.
It's all about the wagers. Huh?
It's all about the wages. I mean, with sports like this, fucking give me a break. I'm not sitting there and watching cornhole.
You ever bet on ping pong?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Shout out to the Chinese men's team, Olympics 2024. Yeah, of course. They're nasty. The key with the bar watch for the Apex is that you're watching it muted most likely. There's no way the bar is turning on the sound. So it doesn't matter that they're at the Apex. You're just watching the fights. That's crucial. 1, easy.
You killed that. By the way, I cannot believe that we did that first blind ranking. I just came across it again and thought of that.
I thought Frank killed that one.
Yeah, he definitely killed that one. I also came across the one about the content creators, and I forgot to mention my good friend Oscar Willis. Shout out to Oscar Willis of the Mac Life. Love his content.
Oh, shout out to him. He's been blowing up on IG lately.
Listen, my man's grinding out there. Korean Zombie. Oh, no, sorry. I forgot this. This is Zarian Combi. Hello, gang. How many pairs of underwear do you guys have?
10 or 12.
Yeah, that's the right
solid
range.
dozen.
Yeah, I don't typically run out. Been rocking.
It's really based on your laundry schedule.
Yeah.
You get enough to make it to laundry.
I just saw one weird one. I don't know if we should read it or not. I don't know if you guys have read it.
It could not be worse than one that included Alexis Texas and Mia Malkova, so whatever
I actually think it can. Fruity Loaf says, hey, sorry for a bit of an odd one, but can I come take a weird shit in your bathroom? I work for a tiny firm on the second floor of your building, and our toilet got KO'd by our CEO after she was poisoned by a Costco shrimp platter at our very depressing Super Bowl party. I'm a huge fan, and I've heard the bathrooms on the Yahoo floors of the building are so nice. They have trivia and facts in them. Anyway, would be doing me a major solid if you let me do a solid on one of your majestic porcelain thrones. Once you give confirmation on air, I'll just run up, do my business, and we'll never speak of it again. P.S. For those wondering how I know I'll still be in possession of the brown batter by the time this is read, I've been holding it in for days, and I'm ready to go on any cue.
Oh, man.
The answer was no. We shouldn't have read that one. For the record, the laugh was Frank's, oh, wow, congrats, Armin drop. That was fucking brilliant, Frank.
That one was tough.
That's a great point.
That one was tough.
What are we at?
30? Did we make it to 30?
Did we make it to 30? Oh, perfect.
30's a clean number. Thank you so much for sending in the questions. We really appreciate it.
We're going to do this again next week. So Ariel's going to put up a post.
And the week after that.
On the nose. Tuesday, probably. We'll let you know, but get those questions in next time.
All right. I think we've done it, boys. I think we've done it. We covered the news and the notes off the front end. We had Dustin Jacoby on the program. Shout out to him. Thanks so much for joining. We had Mario Bautista on the program. Shout out. Thanks so much for joining. And Xander Zayas, the new boxer in the back, the official boxer of the program here, joining. Thank you so much to him joining as well. Remember, tomorrow, no live show. It will be the release of the officiating conference documentary.
Yep. Uncrowned Films latest.
Uncrowned Films latest. Then we're back again on Thursday, our standard, typical show. We'll get you ready for the weekend with no combat sports. What are we going to do? You'll find out. Crack on Friday, and then we'll repeat it next week. Thanks so much for joining us. We're out of here.
Without the sex.